Welcome everyone to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here on a cloudy Friday evening here at the ballpark.
But no rain, Brian.
Not yet, but now that you said that, you're probably going to jinx it.
Yep.
We got the Utica Unicorns and the Eastside Downhoppers facing off, and last time these two teams faced off, it was a dominant performance for the Utica Unicorns.
Oh, yes, it was, Brian. It was a 10-2 victory for the Unicorns, and that was last Saturday.
Yeah, it was all Unicorns in that ball game. We got a pretty good pitching matchup on the mound today. Cody Brown and Tanner Keese going at it against each other.
Yeah, Tanner Keese, you know, coming into tonight's ball game, he has an ERA of 3.75 and a WHIP of 167, and he has 24 innings pitched and only given up 5 hits, of course, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts he has. Given up 5 runs and 4 of which were earned for Tanner Keese.
Yeah, Cody Brown, on the other hand, is 0-2 on the season. His ERA is at 4, so it's a little bit high. He has a good outing here today. It'll come down, but he's been really productive in the starting role for the Utica Unicorns since he stepped into that role from the bullpen. He's got 8 games, 5 of which he started with 27 innings pitched, 25 hits, 12 walks, and 17 strikeouts. He's got a WHIP of 1.37, so he's been doing a pretty good job. And his last time out, Dan, he went 6 innings pitched and gave up 3 earned runs with 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So quality start out of him, and we've seen mostly quality start out of Brown since he's come into the starting rotation.
Yes, and that's great to see, and hopefully he can continue that in tonight's ball game as well.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we see these two teams, we overplay this probably a little bit, but it seems like every time we see them face off, it's a slugfest or a blowout. I mean, last time they met,
on Saturday,
it was a 10-2 ball game.
And it was a long game, that is,
I believe it was Donnie Murray on the mound. 4-hour ball game.
4-hour ball game. Donnie Murray got the start, and also Torrey DeShazier. Torrey DeShazier only went 4 innings. And, of course, the walks, he went down and decreased it a little bit. He only gave up 4 walks. I mean, usually he gives up those 5, 6.
DeShazier had an excellent start to that ball game. I remember he had 3 no-hit innings, and then in the 4th inning it fell apart. He walked 2 batters, he hit a batter, and then a grand slam. Really fell things apart for him. But anyways, it's time for starting lineups for the Hoppers and the Unicorns, and then National Anthem, obviously. So we'll send it down to the field for that, and we'll come back shortly.
The starting lineup for today's game are sponsored by AAA of Michigan. Leading off and batting first from the Dominican Republic, the shortstop number 7, Ricky Castro. Batting second from Virginia Beach, Virginia, the second baseman, number 2, Cam Stewart. Batting third from Elmhurst, Illinois, the right fielder, number 12, John Menken. Batting fourth from Brooklyn, New York, the first baseman, number 21, Esteban Gomez. Batting fifth from Draper, Utah, tonight's designated hitter, number 8, Mark Kruger. Batting sixth from Toll House, California, the third baseman, number 5, Casey Chenoweth. Batting seventh from Nutley, New Jersey, the left fielder, number 24, John Kraft. Batting eighth from Corona, California, the catcher, number 25, Brandon Oliver. Batting ninth from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the center fielder, number 10, Ian Mikowski. Starting pitcher tonight for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers from Utica, California, number 23, Tanner Keese. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any Unicorn fans in the crowd tonight? Well, let's bring them out right now. Your home team, the Utica Unicorns, managed by Jim Essien. Leading off and batting first from Long Beach, California, the left fielder, number 22, Tanner Levine. Batting second from Carlsbad, California, the shortstop, number 15, Brett the Stash Volkin. Batting third from Bay Shore, New York, the right fielder, number 4, Chris Cruz. Batting uniform from Tampa, Florida, the first baseman, number 19, Willie Martin. Batting fifth from Brownstown, Michigan, tonight's designated hitter, number 24, Nico Lolio. Batting sixth from Chertown, Indiana, the center fielder, number 8, Tony Roselli. Batting seventh from Maryville, Tennessee, the catcher, number 5, Gregory Jones. Batting eighth from Long Beach, California, the third baseman, number 10, Bobby Webb. Batting ninth from Troy, New York, the second baseman, number 9, Dylan Sprague. The starting pitcher for the Utica Unicorns tonight from Bullshire, Texas, number 18, Cody Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and direct your attention to the area around home plate for the presentation of the colors for tonight's game. Presenting the colors, please welcome the Michigan Veterans Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you to remain standing at attention until the colors have been retired following the national anthem. At this time, please rise and remove your hats. Veterans and active military may keep your caps on while rendering the hand salute as we honor America and our military with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by Sally Sadowski.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and
Welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here as we still approach first pitch here as we wait for the first pitch from Cody Brown in this ball game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. And Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup one more time for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers for those who missed it?
I would love to, Brian. Leading off, the shortstop, Ricky Castro. Batting second, the second baseman, Cam Stewart. Batting third, the right fielder, John Mencken. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Esteban Gomez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Mark Kruger. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Casey Chenoweth. Batting seventh, the left fielder, John Kraft. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brandon Oliver. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Ian Mikowski. Defensively for the Utica Unicorns this evening, out in left is Tanner Levine. In center is Tony Roselli. Out in right is Chris Cruz. At third is Bobby Reb, who is making his USPBL debut. Playing short is Brett Belkin. Playing second is Dylan Sprague. Over there at first is Willie Martin. Doing the catching behind the plate is Greg Jones. And on the mound once again for the Unicorns this evening is Cody Brown.
And you mentioned Mark Kruger is going to be playing DH today, and I actually picked him, Dan, as my player of the day in our little daily pick the stick. Mark Kruger, to this point in the season, has got 28 games played, 98 at-bats, 22 hits, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, 14 walks, and an average of 244. So he's done a pretty good job so far this season, and I look to him to do the same thing again here today. How about you, Dan?
I'm going to go with Chris Cruz. I mean, he's back in the lineup. We've seen him last week making his, comeback here because of that incident out between Erlinson and him colliding in the field. And he's actually back there out in the field playing right, back in this familiar position. Once again, he's hitting 227, has driven in 22 runs, has 30 hits, 5 home runs, and 21 RBIs.
Now, Dan, our PA announcer, Johnny G, who we all here at the ballpark love very much, is going to go with Nico Lolio. He used to be a pinch hitter for the Utica Unicorns, but has found himself in a much more active role in the everyday lineup now, switching back between first base and left field now. And he's earned it, as his average is now up to $225. He's got 41 games played with 120 at-bats with 27 hits, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs, and 18 walks. And those 29 RBIs is good for a 4th in the league.
I mean, I like his pick for this night's ball game, Brian.
Yeah, let's see if who's going to come out on top here today. Yesterday you went with Pollard, who I'm sorry, you went with Dan Kennan, who had 3 RBIs.
There you go.
It was
Dan to Dan connection.
It was last Sunday you went with Pollard with the 2 home runs. So you've had good luck here so far, and let's see if you can keep it going as you go here with Chris Cruz. Anyways, now Ricky Castro will stand in to be the first batter of the ball game.
Once again, it's a cloudy evening here at the ballpark.
Yeah, the wind right now is going from left to right, but we've seen it change direction a couple times here, so the wind is definitely going to have an effect on those fly balls as the lights are already on here. So the first pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball outside, and that's going to come at 7:03 p.m. This ball game is underway.
Ricky Castro so far this season hitting .286, has 46 hits, 0 home runs, and 12 RBIs.
Ricky Castro at the peak of his season was hitting in 19 straight games. That was good for the record, and had an average that was leading the league. I think that was at 366 for his peak. So it's going to be another ball outside. Cody Brown going with that fastball here. 3 in a row that have missed arm side, though.
You never want to walk the leadoff batter, Brian.
Especially when you start a ball game.
Yes.
And he's going to go back with that fastball, and 4 straight fastballs. Going to miss outside to Ricky Castro. And we just mentioned you don't want to go with that leadoff walk. A lot of those times, Dan,
freebies, it comes back and hurts you.
Yeah, those freebies tend to come around to score. So Cam Stewart is stepping in, and Dan, he is a dangerous hitter for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
He's having a heck of a season for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. He's hitting .342, has 50 hits, 8 home runs, and 32 RBIs.
On top of that, he's second in the league in average at that .342. He's second in the league in home runs at 8, just behind his teammate Mencken at 9. And then he's got the 5th most RBIs in the league at 28.
Now, in the game last Saturday, he went 2 for 2, had 2 hits and an RBI, including.
That one's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-1. Finally, the first strike from Cody Brown in this ballgame. Now, if you're the Utica Unicorns, you want to keep a close eye on down there at first base.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Castro's got all that speed. Totally see him trying to steal here. It's going to be fouled off by Cam Stewart. 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-2.
He has a couple of stolen bases already this season. Definitely dangerous on the base pads.
Well, you know the Unicorns are going to be hoping here for a double play. You can see both middle outfielders. Actually, it looks like there's a little bit. The shortstop Balkin and the third baseman Bobby Webb, who's new, is actually playing a little bit more shallow, especially Webb. Must be in preparation for maybe a bunt to move Ricky Castro over. So the 1-2 comes in. Swing and a miss, and Cam Stewart goes down on strikes.
If that's the guy you want to get, that's Cam Stewart, because, of course, he's that dangerous hitter in the lineup.
Well, it's not going to get any easier here because now John Mankin is standing in, and John Mankin is just as dangerous as Cam Stewart for those Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
He sure is, Brian. He's got that speed, when he gets on, got the speed on the base pads, and also with the power that he has. Hitting .329. Has 46 hits, 9 home runs, and 28 RBIs.
Yeah, he's third in the league in average at that .329. He's first in the league in home runs at 9, tied for the now no longer playing with the league, Jellikowski, who's in the Minnesota Twins organization. And he is fifth in the league in RBIs as well, tied with Cam Stewart.
You know, John Macon last Saturday night when these two teams faced, he went 0 for 4, but he did rob someone of a home run.
0-1 pitch going to be outside, 1-1. Looked like he went the slider that time, 84 miles an hour. Castro's still down there at first. Hasn't tried to steal yet, but with one out, he might try that now. It's going to be a fly ball down the right side, out of play. And the count's going to go with 1-2 and John Macon. Now, if I'm Cody Brown on the mound, striking out Cam Stewart is a giant confidence booster, especially when you start a ball game. It's going to give you more confidence in your stuff on the mound and really help things out.
I mean, you already got Cam Stewart. Let's see if you can get John Macon here.
As Brown readies himself on the mound, delivers the 1-2. It's going to be another slider outside, 2-2. 2-2 comes in. Oh, he's going to drive that one deep to left field. Backing up is Levine onto the warning track and will make the catch on the warning track. Castro's going to have to go back to first base.
Yeah, a lot of ground cover to get that one.
John Macon's got so much power behind the plate. He made even a fly ball look like it could have been a home run there. And if that's his fly ball, it's scary how far those balls get hit when he hits it for a home run.
That definitely had a loud sound coming off of his bat, too.
But it'll be 2 outs, and there's still a runner at first base for Esteban Gomez. Gomez batting in that cleanup spot for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
He's hitting .277 this season, has 39 hits, 3 home runs, and 27 RBIs.
The Eastside Diamond Hoppers have 3 in the top 10 for RBIs, as that's going to be a ground ball to Balkin at short. Get the lead runner at second base as the throw to Sprague goes inside, and that's going to end the inning. So they strand the runner at first base, and we're going to go to the bottom half of the first inning where due up for the Utica Unicorns will be Tanner Levine, Brett Balkin, and Chris Cruz to lead things off for them. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Still scoreless here, and Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup for the Utica Unicorns as we wait for the first pitch from Tanner Keast.
All right, here we go. Leading off, the left fielder, Tanner Levine. Batting second, the shortstop, Brett Belkin. Batting third, the right fielder, Chris Cruz. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Willie Martin. Batting fifth, the designated hitter this evening is Nico Lovio. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Tony Roselli. Batting seventh, the catcher, Greg Jones. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Bobby Webb. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Dylan Sprague. Defensively for the Hoppers this evening, out in left, you have John Kraft. Over there in center is Ian Makowski. In right is John Menken. At third is Casey Chenoweth. Over there at short is Ricky Castro. At second is Cam Stewart. Over there at first is Esteban Gomez. Doing the catching behind the plate is Brandon Oliver. And on the mound once again this evening for the Hoppers is Tanner Keast.
And Tanner Keast is going to take the mound, as you say that, Dan, as Tanner Levine will stand in to start the ballgame for the Unicorns.
Once again, Keast came into tonight's ballgame with an ERA of 3.75.
He's facing off against Tanner Levine, who hit his first home run last weekend with the Utica Unicorns.
Yes, and it came in the 8th inning against Jeremy Holcomb when he had that no-hitter going, Brian.
That was the only hit the Unicorns would get in that ballgame as well. So even though they lost that ballgame, Levine played spoiler.
Yeah, we were at the edge of our seat for that game.
Yeah,
Holcomb could do it.
He had his stuff working for him in that game. The 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's going to be a ball outside, 1-1.
Tanner Levine's hitting .250 since joining the league.
That's going to be a fly ball towards the left field. Might land in no man's land, and it will. And that'll be a base hit in the left field. A bloop single for Tanner Levine, as that lands in fair territory just to the right of the left field line.
Looks like it's going to be a double for him.
He earned that double as he just never quit running. They teach you in baseball, just as long as that ball's in the air, you just keep running.
And here comes Brett the Stash Balkin to the plate. He's hitting .301 this season, has 40 hits and 13 RBIs.
Brett Balkin at one point led the league in average. His average was all the way up there at .420. He's come down and found his level now. He's batting at .301. Still very solid average. He's done a great job and plays his role very nicely for the Utica Unicorns in the top of this lineup. He just does his job well, Dan. Gets on base and steals bases.
Yes, he does.
He can get an RBI here. He only has 13 on the season. He's normally playing in that leadoff spot here, but batting number 2 today. Got an opportunity for his 14th of the season. The runner in scoring position. That's going to be a base hit down the right field line. Running third base is Tanner Levine, and he's going to come charging in, and the throw's not going to be in time. That is going to be an RBI single for Brett Balkin, and the Utica Unicorns in the bottom half of the first inning have themselves a 1-0 lead.
And you kind of predicted that one, didn't you, Brian? Said he had 13. Look at number 14 right there.
Yeah, he kind of just slapped that one the other way. Didn't really get good contact on it, but Gomez wasn't playing very close to the plate down there at first base. I was able to squeak it between him and the foul line.
Now here's my pick for player of the game this evening, Chris Cruz. He's hitting .227, has 50 hits, 5 home runs, and 21 RBIs.
Takes a big cut at a first pitch fastball, though. Comes up empty, 0-1.
It's great to see him back in the Unicorns lineup and also defensively as well. Last Saturday he was at DH.
As the 0-1 comes in. Another big cut. That time looked like it went off the bat into the glove of Oliver. Tanner Keast doing a good job here in the first inning. He's always been a guy who relied on his fastball. He's got a high-velocity fastball, about 95, 96. He's gotten up there to 97 as well. It's nice to see him relying more on his secondary pitches here, and that's going to help him big time. Be another one fouled off, 0-2.
Pitch was just at 97.
There you go. Now, we talked about Tanner Keast and what he needed to do to improve last time he was out. He needs to walk batters less.
Yes.
And so far he still doesn't have an out here, but he's been attacking the strike zone. It has come out to bite him here in the first inning. But he's doing a good job of changing his pitches up, as that one's going to be a fastball outside, 1-2.
Yeah, speaking of those walk batters, Keast has 21 of them this season.
Because Keast is such a weapon in the rotation for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers when he's on, that they just need him to be on every game. It's just the secondary stuff needs improvement still. Right there, he looked like he went to try and go with the changeup and ended up missing way outside, making the count fall even to 2-2. Still looking for his first out here. The middle infielders are playing double play depth right now, trying to get Balkin at second base before he can get there. He's going to hold his swing back, and that's going to be a ball inside. So after getting ahead into an 0-2 count, Tanner Keast throwing 3 straight balls.
Brett Balkin, well, was thrown at there.
Well, he wasn't thrown at, but they threw down to the base he was at.
Yeah.
He got it back in safely. Brett Balkin doesn't normally get caught on the base paths, getting picked off or caught stealing. He's got a lot of speed, and he's very aware. Pitch from Tanner Keast comes in. That's going to be a ball low. So after getting ahead to an 0-2 count against Chris Cruz, he's going to lose him, and Cruz is going to draw himself a walk with a full count. So now there's runners at first and second base for Willie Martin.
So both pitchers now have a walk batter in this ball game. Yeah, Willie Martin hitting .211, has 4 hits, a home run, and 8 RBIs since joining the league and to the Unicorns staff.
Keast keeping an eye down there at second base on Balkin. First pitch is going to be a ball outside to Martin, 1-0.
Obviously, he didn't like the call there from the ump. Thought that was in.
Keast having some trouble here in the first inning.
He's missing his location a little bit.
Yeah, he still hasn't recorded an out, and he's allowed 2 hits and walked a batter. That's going to hit the outer third of the plate for a strike. Nice fastball that time.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch from Keast. Nice delivery as well.
If Martin would have even tried to swing on it, he would have rolled over on it and grounded. That was in the lower right corner of the strike zone, from our perspective, behind home plate at least. Time he goes with a curveball, and that hits the same location as the fastball, and Willie Martin just was frozen, 1-2. Keast keeping an eye back at second still as he delivers the 1-2. Tried to hit that spot again, but missed this time outside, 2-2. Figured if he could freeze him 2 times in a row, he can freeze him a 3rd time, but missed a spot.
Yeah, Brandon Oliver tried pulling that back into the strike zone.
Yeah, Oliver's coming out to the mound now, Dan, to have a quick chat with Keast. Try and get on the same page here.
Now, that curveball is really working for Keast. I feel like he should go with that pitch right now to Willie Martin to try to get him.
Well, let's see if you're right here. He's got a 2-2 count with no outs. Unicorns already up 1-0 thanks to the RBI single from Brett Balkin.
But Tanner Levine really got things going with that bloop double.
One's going to be fouled off by Martin. It's going to remain 2-2. Runner's still at first in the second. Hill out there in right field today, Dan's pretty packed.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sold out crowd here at Jimmy John's Field. And that right hill is a...
best spot to be.
Yeah, it's awfully popular. Granted, it's cheap tickets, and it's a great spot to, have a nice family outing. Swing and a miss by Willie Martin.
Beautiful pitch there from Keast.
Keast is going to blow a 96-mile-an-hour fastball off by Willie Martin, and that'll be his first strikeout of the day.
Obviously, the first out in this inning. And here's Johnny G's pick this evening.
He says Lil Hill's name with a little bit more excitement. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
He's also picked as a 1-800 Hanson's player of the game here at the ballpark as well.
Normally plays left field, occasionally first base, but today they put him in the DH spot, giving Tanner Levine that spot in left. That'll be in there for a strike. Nice fastball right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Now, Brian, I think it was last week when Lodia was out there in left kept making all the plays out there.
Yeah, that was last week. I don't know. They played twice last weekend. I'm not sure which game it was.
I don't think it was Saturday.
But he made 2 sliding plays to catch the baseball, and he's really showing his stuff out there. He's always been a power hitter in the league, but lately he's really shown off his defensive capabilities as well. As the 0-1 comes in, oh, he's going to take a cut there at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but come up empty-handed, 0-2.
Yeah, to start the season, he was over there at first, I remember. Then he switched to the outfield. He was in right and then went to left, and also DH'd a couple times.
His average is also slowly climbing. At one point it was below 200, but now he's got it up to 225, as that'll be a ball inside, 1-2. And, you know, he gets some bleeders every once in a while. It'll squeak by the infielder, or it'll be an infield hit as he runs it out. But, I mean, base hits are base hits, and any hit you're going to get, no matter how you get on base.
Just take it.
Yeah, just take it. A hit's a hit. He's going to take a cut at that one. And the gun says 99 miles an hour. And if that's true, that is the new USPBL record.
Here it is, Brian.
So he strikes out Nico Lolio with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, which is the new USPBL record, previously held by Corey Kimber at 98.
I mean,
Tanner Keese really laid into that one. Reached back and got all he could.
it was a beautiful location.
So Tony Roselli will step in. I believe he had a grand slam last time these two teams faced off.
You are right, Brian. That came in the 4th inning.
First pitch, Roselli's going to be a strike on the outer third of the plate. Roselli just watched it go by him. You always know when Roselli's going to come up to the bat, not just because, you know, it says on our score sheets.
Because of his bat?
He's got that bright red bat. There's a couple of indicators like that for these players. Another strike. That one looked outside, though. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't agree with that call, but a strike nonetheless.
Now, who's the one? Oh, Ibarra's the one with the cleats.
Yeah, he's got the red cleats.
Yep.
Then Brett Balkin out there has the one red sleeve. Of course, Balkin, more known for his mustache. So that's why he's got the nickname The Stash. And he's going to take a bad swing at a fastball low.
3 straight strikeouts there.
And so Tony Roselli's going to strike out. So after Tanner Keese gave up 3 straight hits for 1 run, he strikes out the side, getting the next 3 batters swinging. So we go to the top half of the 2nd inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Will be Mark Kruger, Casey Chenoweth, and John Kraft. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. Unicorns now have a 1-0 lead thanks to the RBI single from Brett Balkin in the bottom half of the first inning.
What a great job by Tanner Keys, striking out Martin, Lolio, and Rosario to get himself out of a jam a little bit.
Yeah, he had a rough first 3 batters, giving up 3 consecutive hits, but he didn't let it get to him and came back and ended up setting the record for fastest fastball in the league at 99.
Now, despite Cody Brown's first inning, let's see if he can bounce back here after giving up a run in the top half of the first.
That's going to be a fly ball to the warning track, and center fielder Roselli will grab it.
Oh, my bad. My correction. He did not give up a run. I'm looking at the wrong score sheet there.
I was going to say, Cody Brown, he walked a batter and then got the next 3 guys out.
It was the other way around.
Yeah, it was Tanner Keese that gave up a run. Keese not showing the resolve not to let it get to him. After the first 3 batters hit him up pretty well and giving up that run, he struck out those next 3, so he did a good job. First pitch to Casey Chenoweth's going to be a strike 0-1. 93-mile-an-hour fastball there from Cody Brown.
Casey Chenoweth's hitting .256, has 29 hits, 2 home runs, and 17 RBIs of the season.
Brown goes back to that slider and gets Chenoweth swinging 0-2. Got a dangerous slider here in the first 2 innings. It's keeps breaking outside, and the batters keep falling for it. Go back to the slider there. It's going to be hit by Chenoweth over the shortstop Balkin, and the throw down to first base to Martin is going to be in time. That'll be the second out here. So now John Kraft will step in. And now, we've been saying John Kraft all season, but all his teammates, all his friends, all his family call him Jack. It's his nickname.
Now, John Kraft is hitting .253, has 19 hits, 3 home runs, and 10 RBIs of the season for the Hoppers.
First pitch was going to be a ball outside, 1-0.
In the game last Saturday, he went 0 for 4. Flew out twice and grounded out and also struck out. Let's see if he can have a better night this evening.
He's going to take a changeup, I believe it was, for a strike, 1-1. Center fielder Roselli shading towards right field right now. Ooh, big cut there by Kraft as he misses on a breaking ball outside, 1-2.
Looked like that breaking ball got him fooled a little bit too. It's running a little bit late too.
1-2 comes in.
Ooh.
Big cut there off the bat into the glove of Jones.
Beautiful pitch there from Brown.
And that's going to strike out John Kraft to end the second inning. He has end the top of the second. He has a 1-2-3 second inning, and we go to the bottom half where due up for the Utica Unicorns will be Gregory Jones, Bobby Webb, and Dylan Sprague. Bobby Webb set to make his debut here in a public matchup for the USPBL. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to this ball game between the Eastside Diamond Hoppers and Utica Unicorns on a cloudy Friday evening. 75 degrees at game start.
We have a pretty good crowd on hand this evening as well.
Yeah, sold out ballpark in today's ball game.
Of course, we had the Friday night fireworks after the ball game.
Ooh, big cut there by Jones as he misses on a first pitch fastball, 0-1.
We mentioned about that hill and right, very packed.
Always packed out there in the hill
Oh,
during
yeah.
the weekends.
Best spot to be.
Especially if you're going with your family. You can have a nice little picnic, watch a baseball game, get attacked by mosquitoes. Although you're going to get attacked by mosquitoes
Yeah,
anywhere
either
in the
way,
ballpark.
yeah.
So 1-1. I like to joke.
You're a funny man, Brian.
Yeah, but looks aren't everything. 1-1 pitch comes in, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Another fastball from Tanner Keese, 1-2.
I mean, he gave up a run over there in the first inning of work, but came back and struck out Roy Martin, Lovio, and Roselli to end that first inning there.
Jones is going to barely get a piece of that one and fouled it off.
Did a great job.
Yeah, Keese split that inning down the middle, and one side is really bad, one side's really good. Double to Levine, single RBI single to Balkin, then walked Cruz, and like you said, striking out the next three batters, including taking the record for the fastest pitch in the USPBL history at 99 miles an hour. So Keast delivers a pitch, going to get away from Brandon Oliver, and it's going to be 2-2. Jones doing a good job here, staying alive and taking balls when he can, fouling off strikes as well. See, 2-2 comes in. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner, and they're going to ring up Gregory Jones here to start off the second inning.
That is strikeout number 4 in the ball game.
Fourth consecutive strikeout for Keista as well. But now Bobby Webb making his public debut, at least, will stand in.
From Long Beach, California.
He's playing third base for the Utica Unicorns in today's ball game. So the pitch comes into him. That's going to be a fastball outside, 1-0. He's still looking for his first hit, however. The wind has changed directions now, blowing from left to right. Been another fastball outside, 2-0. He's starting to rely more heavily on that fastball. He was throwing his curveball earlier in the ball game. As the 2-0 pitch comes in, he's skied out of play on the right side. Count's going to go to 2-1. Keith readies himself on the mound and delivers the pitch. That's going to be a strike on the inside third of the plate. 2-2 now.
Yeah, Keith already has 4 strikeouts in today's ball game.
Yeah, the last 4 batters he faced as well. 3 of which were swinging, and 1 was a taken fastball for a strikeout. Count is 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now, Bobby Webb played in 2 previous independent leagues before coming to USPBL. Played in the PACO League and the American
He's going to drive that one to left field, though, right into the glove of Kraft and left. Off the bat, that one sounded loud.
Really good.
But it just didn't have the angle and the trajectory and went right into Kraft's glove and left. Didn't really have to move much either. Sorry for cutting you off there, Dan.
No, you're good. I'll mention about him in his next appearance.
So now Dylan Sprague will step in.
Dylan Sprague's hitting .224, has 11 hits, a home run, and 11 RBIs for the Unicorns.
He's going to pop that one up behind home plate. Looks like it's going to land in the stands in front of us. 0-1 now. He's going to take that one for a strike, 0-2.
Jonas Sprague went last Saturday 0 for 4 in the ball game. See if he can have a better night against this team once again.
That one's going to get away from Brandon Oliver, as that one was way high. Luckily, no one on the base path, so no worries, as it's going to be just counted as a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few wild pitches last night.
Yeah, we really did. So that was a wild night altogether, 11-6 final.
Same final as when they faced each other last week as well.
Meanwhile, Sprague's going to pop that one in the foul territory, and it's going to be caught by Casey Chenoweth. So Tanner Keese comes back after a rough first inning, has himself a 1-2-3 second. He mirrors Cody Brown on the mound there. And we go to the top of the third inning. We're due for the Eastside Downhoppers. It's going to be Brandon Oliver, Ian Mikowski, and Ricky Castro. Still 1-0 lead, however, for the Utica Unicorns. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the third inning, where Brandon Oliver is set to lead things off here for the Eastside Downhoppers.
Oliver's hitting .250, has 12 hits and 8 RBIs.
First pitch to him is going to be a ball just inside 1-0. Went back to that fastball there, 93 miles an hour.
Now, we did see him in the game last Saturday when these two teams faced, but he pinched hit for Kyle Figueroa and came in the eighth, but then flew out to the center fielder. At the time was Tony Roselli, who's out there in center this evening. Meanwhile,
he's going to ground that one over to Sprague, who makes the toss down to Martin for the first out here in the top of the third. So the center fielder Ian Mikowski will step in.
And when he gets on, he is dangerous on the base paths, Brian. He's fast. We always talk about him when he gets on. Sitting 204, has 10 hits and 7 RBIs of the season.
A ball outside, 1-0. Third baseman down there, Bobby Webb, is playing a little bit shallow.
Just in case if Mikowski tries to bunt.
We all know Mikowski likes to do that. He's got all that speed on the base path, so he lays down a good bunt. He's probably going to get on. Probably, I'd say, if I'm going to play guessing, if I'm a betting man, 7 out of 10 times, 1-1 now on Mikowski's. The last pitch was a strike. Brown delivers the pitch. Cutting and missing there is Mikowski as he misses on a slider low. 1-2. With 1 ball and 2 strikes now, the bunt pretty much comes out of the equation. That's going to be a ball inside. Count's going to fall even at 2-2. Tony Roselli in center is playing more shallow and shaded to the left than usual, as that's going to be a ground ball towards Bobby Webb. Bobby Webb's got it and makes the throw in time. 2 outs now. I've noticed they do that a lot to Ian Mikowski, though, Dan, is play the center fielder shallow and shaded towards the left. For good reason, too, because Mikowski tends to fly out in that direction. He doesn't normally get a whole lot of power on the baseball, but it's come back to bite the other teams in the past when they do that, because I remember the one time he hit it towards the gap in right center and it rolled all the way to the wall. He was able to get a triple.
So now they're learning from that.
So now Castro steps in. It's going to be taken for a strike, 0-1, right over the heart of the plate. Again, the third baseman playing shallow, as Castro's known to bunt occasionally too. Take a cut there.
That's a big one.
Yeah, he misses there. It looked like a changeup or a slider down low, 0-2.
So Castro walked his first time up.
Yeah, that led off the ball game, but wasn't able to get any further than first base. Cody Brown does good work on the mound. 1-2 now.
Does a great job mixing up his pitches as well.
Yeah, he had a 1-2-3 second. He's trying to replicate that here in the third. He got the first 2 batters out fairly quickly. The 1-2 comes in. It's going to be driven high in the air towards right field, but it's hooking foul, it looks like.
Man, that had the distance.
Yeah, that had the distance. It just hooked foul. Ricky Castro wishes he could have that one back.
That would have been his first of the season.
Yeah, he's still looking for that, isn't he? So 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Castro.
He had that 23-game hitting streak going earlier this season. Or was it 20? 19? Yeah, 19 of them. I mean, it kept going and going. I missed track of how many it was.
That'll be a ball outside, 2-2. Went back to the changeup there was Brown. His changeup looks like he keeps missing outside. I haven't seen too many hit the strike zone yet, but I haven't necessarily been keeping track of necessarily where the changeups have been landing. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he gets Ricky Castro to strike out. There on a changeup. So it looks
beautiful.
like I ate my words there. And a 1-2-3 inning yet again for Cody Brown, 2 in a row now. So we go to the bottom of the third inning where due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be, for the Utica Unicorns, is going to be Tanner Levine, Brett Balkin, and Chris Cruz. They go to the bottom of the third with still a 1-0 lead. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here. The bottom half of the third inning in this matchup between the Unicorns and the Hoppers. It's going to be Tanner Levine set to lead things off.
He had that bloop double back in the first.
Yeah, hit that one down the left field line. The third baseman Chenoweth and Kraft weren't able to get there in time. And it just fell in there, and he just kept his legs moving, never stopped running, and was able to get the second because of it. Fouls the first pitch, fastball into the netting behind home plate, 0-1.
Levine's hitting 250, coming to tonight's ball game, has 5 hits and 2 RBIs, and also has a home run of the season, and we remembered that home run, don't we, Brian?
Yeah, it spoiled the no-hitter for Jeremy Holcomb in the 8th inning. Be a strike 0-2. As Keese delivers the 0-2. Ooh, he gets Levine swinging at a high fastball.
That is beautiful pitch there from
And
Keese.
He's a strikeout machine.
He's got 5 now.
So now Brett Balkin will stand in. Brett Balkin had an RBI single his last time up.
He brought Levine home.
Yeah, Levine, who had, like we mentioned, doubled before that. As the first pitch comes in, he's going to sky that one towards right field. On the run is Mencken, and he will make the catch in foul territory.
Great hustle there to get that one.
Mencken had to cover a lot of ground there, as that one just stayed in the sky a little bit too long. So it'll be a quick second out, and now Chris Cruz will step in.
Keese making quick work for the first 2 batters in this inning.
Yeah, he did. He bounced back inning in the second. He faced 6 batters in the first, gave up 2 hits, a walk, and then struck out the next 3 batters. He struck out the side despite giving up a run. In the second inning, went 1-2-3, and now he's got 2 outs here in the third. So looks like he's starting to settle down, but still a lot of game left to be played. Nasty curveball there, though, 0-1. You could see the bend in that one as it bent its way back over the plate.
Just beautiful.
Must be popped high in the air. Looks like it's going foul and out of play, 0-2.
Chris Cruz walked his first time up. Once again, I picked him as my player of the game this evening. Came in tonight's ball game hitting 227.
The 2 pitch comes in, swinging and missing. He's going to dust off Chris Cruz for
strikeout number 6.
6 of the evening here in the third inning, and it's going to be another 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Keese now. We go to the top of the 4th, where both teams are rolling here. And when we come back, it's going to be Eastside Down Hoppers due up with Cam Stewart, John Mencken, and Esteban Gomez. Still a 1-0 lead for the Unicorns, however. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Got a mask on here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the video board. Someone has a very important question to ask.
Oh my goodness!
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 4th inning here in this matchup between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. I don't want to jinx anything, but innings have been going really fast so far.
Yes, they have, Brian.
The first inning was pretty much the longest one so far. Granted, we're only in the 4th now. But 1, 2, 3 innings out of Keast and Brown in the 2nd and 3rd. So now Cam Stewart steps in. He's going to cut at a first pitch slider, 0-1.
Yeah, after Keys giving up a couple hits and a run, man, he really bounced back. Has 6 strikeouts this evening. But Cody Brown also doing a great job as well.
He's going to get him again with that slider. That Cody Brown slider has been dangerous today.
It has.
0-2. He already struck out Cam Stewart last time up. He's not a strikeout machine like Tanner Keast. And Cam Stewart's going to chase the ball low. It's going to be a drop third strike. They're going to have to throw it on to first to get him, and they do. But he strikes out Cam Stewart for the 2nd time today. Much unlike Cam Stewart.
Yes, we're not used to seeing him like that.
Now John Mankin stands in.
John Makin's 0 for 1. He flew out to the left fielder, Tanner Levine.
Yeah, that flyout didn't sound like very loud off the bat, but
No, it was at the warning track.
yeah, he drove to the warning track. Levine had to catch it while facing the wall still. Mankin's just got so much power at the plate.
He's hitting 329 this season.
So the first pitch comes in. It's going to be a slider for a called strike 1, 0-1. That was on the outer third of the plate. He's been relying on that slider here, and why not if it's been working so well for you? Sets on the mound and delivers the pitch. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. Brett Balkin couldn't slide in time. John Makin's got himself a hit. That's the first hit.
Surprisingly. This game's been going quickly, and then they got their first hit finally on the board.
So now Esteban Gomez stands in with a runner at first base.
He grounded out into a fielder's choice his first time up.
That ended the first inning. So the first pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball outside. 1-0.
Came in tonight's ball game hitting 277 of the season.
Good ball outside, 2-0. Going back to the fastball there. 92 miles an hour. His slider tends to come in around 84. Changeup does as well. Goes to a fastball outside that time, 3-0.
Cody Brown's on the verge of walking his second batter in this ball game.
3-0 count. Esteban Gomez with a runner at first and 1 out. That's going to be in there for a strike. Nice fastball location there, 3-1.
Yeah, that was at 91.
Be a ball inside. He's going to lose Gomez, and it's going to be a walk to push a runner into scoring position. That's going to bring up the DH for the Hoppers, Mark Kruger, and my pick for player of the game.
He flew out to the center fielder, Tony Roselli, his first time up.
Be a meeting at the mound now between Greg Jones and Cody Brown.
Obviously, try to get on the same page here with the pitchers they want to go with, go up against Mark Kruger. But that slider's been working very well for Cody Brown this evening.
He's going to hit that one right to the second baseman. They're going to go to second, try to turn the double play down to first, and they're going to get it in time. So the defense behind Brown's going to turn a double play, 4-6-3, and they're going to end the scoring threat. So it's still going to be a 1-0 lead for the Unicorns as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Where due up for the Utica Unicorns is going to be Willie Martin, Nico Lolio, and Tony Roselli. Be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the fourth inning, where due up for the Utica Unicorns is Willie Martin.
He was Tanner Keith's first strikeout victim in this ball game.
Yes, he was back in the first inning, and that led off 4 consecutive strikeouts for him.
He has 6 right now.
He's had a good second and third inning, both 1, 2, 3. As Martin's going to foul off the first pitch fastball, 0-1. Unicorns lead at 1-0 at this point. Brett Buchan an RBI single back in the first, and that's been it so far offensively.
Yeah, he brought Tanner Levine home when he started the inning off of a bloop double.
Something you don't hear often, a
No.
bloop double, but Levine kept running,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to get to second base because they weren't able to get to that no man's land in outfield in time. 1-1. Be a ball outside, 2-1. Got to go to the curveball that time. Missed the strike zone. Ooh, big cut there at a fastball. Nearly fell over there. 2-2.
That pitch was at 94. Tanner Keith already got the USPBL speed there with 99 earlier in the game.
Yeah, that is the new record that needs to be beaten.
Corey Kimber held it for a long time.
Willie Martin digs back in at the plate. Keith delivers the 2-2. Be fouled off. Count's going to remain the same now. Keith delivers a 2-2 yet again, and it's going to be a ball outside. Count's going to run full now, 3-2. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Keith. He can really reach back and throw those baseballs very hard.
Yes. Hey, he can.
Eat a clock now here at Jimmy John's Field. Bottom of the fourth inning with no outs and a 1-0 lead for the Unicorns.
It's a cloudy evening as well.
Be a ground ball towards the shortstop, Castro. Make the throw down to first, and it'll be in time for the first out here.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 24, Kansas player of the game, Nico.
So now the DH for today's ballgame for the Unicorns, Nico Loli, will stand in.
He struck out as well his first time up. And that was at 99.
Yeah, that was the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Nico Lolio's been a part of several big moments in this season so far, but I'm sure he didn't want to be part of that one.
No, not at all.
It's going to be a curveball that's going to fall out of the strike zone, be a ball 1-0. Keast is working fast on the mound. He delivers the 1-0 pitch, swung on a miss by Lolio. He gets the ball back and then quickly chooses his next pitch and pitch location and delivers it. That's something I appreciate.
Yes, I do too. Works fast.
Tanner Keast decides on his pitch and delivers the 1-1. Ooh, Lolio's going to swing and miss badly on a curveball there, 1-2.
Man, Keast had him fooled there.
Keast has really found his stuff here ever since the first inning. He's got 6 strikeouts right now. The 1-2 comes in. It's going to be a ball low and inside, 2-2.
Yeah, Keast wastes no time. He just selects the pitch that he wants and goes. Time to time, he'll take a breather like he is right now. But other than that, he works fast.
Ooh, big cut there.
Wow.
And Lolio, for the second time today, strikes out.
That was at 96.
It's 7th strikeout of the day for Tanner Keast. So Tony Roselli will stand in.
He struck out as well his first time up. Yeah, you got Martin, Lolio, and Roselli in order in the first with strikeouts.
There's going to be a ball way outside. Going to get away from Oliver, but no one on the base path, so no harm done. 1-0. Big cut there by Roselli. I feel like we've been saying that a lot lately, though. a lot of batters swinging and missing on Keast's fastballs.
Got some great location on his pitches this evening. There we go again on the outside.
Yeah, he's going to get a piece of that one, hit it into the glove of Oliver, so 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the Utica Unicorns. Tanner Keast looks to strike out yet another batter, his 8th of the night, as he sets and delivers a pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike, and he
number 8
gets Roselli looking.
Wow. Number 8 of the ball game.
Yeah, the third 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Keast on the mound. We'll come back to the top of the 5th inning in just a few moments, and when we come back, it's going to be Chenoweth, Kraft, and Oliver to lead things off as the Hoppers are still down by 1 run now. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Hey, it's Matt Derry out here in right field in front of the merchandising tent and the trailer. We're having a blast. Get your USPBL gear right here. We've got 24 different kind of hats. We've got jerseys, pennants, foam figures. This Westside Woolly Mammoth jersey is straight fire. You've got to get these jerseys, these hats, everything out here in right field. And, of course, the merchandising area behind home plate in the grandstand. Check it out.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 5th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here on this Friday evening matchup between the Hoppers and the Unicorns.
It's been a great matchup so far. I mean, pitching-wise as well.
Yeah, the Unicorns do hold a 1-0 lead over the Hoppers so far, thanks to an RBI single from Balkin back in the first, but it's been all pitching since then.
Yeah, Cody Brown's done a great job bouncing back, and Tanner Keys did a great job bouncing back. Has 8 strikeouts, and Cody Brown's done a great job as well on the mound for the Unicorns.
Yeah, both pitchers have done a really good job. Cody Brown's just given up the 1 hit so far through the first 4 innings pitched. Tanner Keys has given up 2 hits, but
1 run.
1 run, but has struck out 8 batters and gotten 12 consecutive outs since giving up 2 hits and a walk to start the ballgame. It's going to be a blooper over to Balkin at short, who will make the catch. And that'll be a quick first out here for Cody Brown.
Only 1 pitch to get him.
So now John Kraft is going to step in.
John Kraft struck out his first time up.
One of 4 strikeouts for Brown today. He's going to take for a ball outside, 1-0. Big cut there. Kraft comes up empty, though, on that changeup, 1-1.
Kraft came to tonight's ball game hitting .253, has 19 hits, 3 home runs, and 10 RBIs of the season.
That's going to be another changeup low, 2-1. John Kraft was responsible for an inside-the-park home run a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it came off of a collision between Erlison and Cruz out there.
Ooh, he's going to foul that one off his ankle. 2-2.
But then he made up for that. I mean, obviously it's great to have it
was an
inside the park home run.
run.
But then he made up for that either way and got his own home run, solo shot.
Yeah, he hit a solo shot in his next at bat, and he had 2 home runs back to back.
Hey, might as well take it.
I think that was 3 RBIs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a 2-run inside the park home run. As Kraft swings and misses, and is struck out here. And
It's the
the
second
5th inning.
time this evening.
Cody Brown's racking up the strikeouts now, too. He had 6 in his last appearance where he went 6 innings pitched. His pitch count is remarkably lower this time, though. Giving up 3 runs in 6 innings last time, and he's looking like he's going to match that or do better today. Of course, anything can happen in any at-bat as Brandon Oliver stands in with 2 outs. That's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. He's just doing fantastic on the mound. He and Tanner Keys both.
Yes.
I mean, we've played an hour's worth of ball, and we're in the top of the 5th already, and that just speaks to how fast these guys are working on the mound.
Slider's been working really well for Cody Brown tonight.
Yeah, he goes to it there, and it's going to be a ball low, though, 1-1, as Brandon Oliver's able to hold up.
But both pitchers, I mean, they're doing a great job mixing up their pitches and getting batters and bouncing back.
It's going to go with a slider then there again. That one's going to be on the outer third of the plate for a strike, 1-2. Brown fails to catch the throw back to the mound. I always find that comedic. I don't know why. It's just like these guys play baseball day in and day out, and catchers catch these balls at 90 miles an hour. And the infielders are able to field these balls in these weird plays, and sometimes just the casual throws back and forth between them get lost.
It's a hard one, too.
Brandon Oliver is going to bring his hands in and make contact on that one, but drive it towards the Hoppers' dugout. It's going to remain 1-2.
Remember me of the movie Major League when that catcher had a hard time throwing back to the pitcher.
I love that movie so much. Probably my favorite baseball movie,
Yes,
to be
it
honest.
is.
The 1-2 comes in. That's going to be a ball low and away. 2-2, count falls even. Jones going to come out to the mound and say a quick word to Cody Brown and retreat back to home plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No men on here in the top of the 5th inning. And he's not going to hold up, and he's going to go. So
That's 7 strikeouts now for Cody Brown.
And we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We've played a half a game of ball here, Dan, and it's still a 1-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns. We go to the bottom of the 5th, where due up for the Unicorns is going to be Gregory Jones, Bobby Webb, and Dylan Sprague. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. As Greg Jones has set the lead things off here in the 5th inning, much like he did in the 2nd. Yeah, first pitch that's going to hit Jones. And so Keys, who gets 12 consecutive outs, will hit Jones on the first pitch to let him on base.
Sometimes that baseball just gets out of the way. That's definitely probably Keith felt that one coming off of his hand wrong.
So now Bobby Webb will stand in with a runner at first base and no outs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Still looking for his first hit here in USPBL. Obviously, this is his 2nd start.
This will be a ball inside, 1-0.
He made his start earlier this week in a close game.
Be a ball outside, 2-0. That's going to be in there for a strike, 2-1. Webb still looking for his first hit.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get it here. He's got a runner at first. Unicorns already have a lead. It wouldn't hurt to have a couple insurance runs, though. He's going to swing and miss at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, though, 2-2.
Before coming to USPBL, Bobby Webb played in previous independent leagues. 2 of them. One from the Pecos League and American Association League, Roswell Invaders, and then Joplin Blasters from Long Beach, California.
Where he's from. So the 2-2 is going to be hit towards the first baseman. Gomez going to go off his glove, and everyone's going to be safe.
And they're going to rule that as an error.
So it'll be an E3. So now Sprague stands in with the runner in scoring position. Showing bunt there. He's going to bunt that high in the air. Another netting behind home plate.
Obviously not what he planned to do.
I don't think anyone wants to hit a fly-out bunt. We saw Lolio do it a couple weeks ago in the 9th inning, which is a little bit surprising. But seeing him bunt was surprising.
Yeah.
It's also surprising to see him pop it up in the air on the bunt. Normally in the 9th inning, Lolio tends to swing the bat, as that's going to be a ball outside, 1-1.
Dylan Sprague flew out to third baseman Chenoweth. His first time up.
That was in foul territory.
Yep.
He had to run a long way to get that one. 1-1 comes in. He's showing bunt again. He's going to lay one down
There
towards
you
the
go.
mound. Keast has it. The only play is going to be at first, and it's going to be thrown away, and that's going to allow one run to score. As coming in is Jones. Rounding third base is also Webb, and he's going to come in and score. And going all the way to third is Dylan Sprague.
Wow.
So that's going to be an E1. That allows 2 runs to score and make it a 3-0 lead.
2 errors in this inning for the Hoppers. He's obviously did not take his time on that throw.
So a hit by pitch and 2 errors have allowed 2 runs to score, making it 3-0.
Way out of the reach from Esteban Gomez to reach out for that one.
So there's a runner at third base for Tanner Levine. Unfortunate. Tanner throws to Tanner. That'll be a strike in there, 0-1. Sorry about that. I just really wanted to say it because they both named Tanner. Levine at the plate. Keast on the mound. 3-0 game in favor of the Unicorns. Runner at third base and no outs. Infield playing in to cut the runner down at home. Be 1-1 now. One ball and 2 strikes now.
Tanner Levine was frustrated on that swing of his.
Levine readies himself on the mound. I'm sorry, Keast readies himself on the mound. And he delivers the 1-2. Be a ball high and inside. 2-2, count falls even. Two comes in, be fouled down the right side. Count's going to remain the same. So the 2-2 comes in. Be a ball high. Count's going to run full, 3-2.
Levine has a perfect chance here to bring home Dylan Sprague over there at third. Can make his 3rd RBI of the season.
Three-two comes in, swing and a miss. He gets Levine swinging.
Strikeout number 9.
And Keast continues to strike out batter after batter here.
But it's really hurting him with that poor throw he threw to Esteban Gomez.
Now the stash is going to come up to the plate.
An RBI single back in the first.
Yeah, 1 for 2 today. See if you can bring in another run here. He's got that runner still at third, and it's only 1 out.
He has 13 RBIs of the season. Actually 14. Came into the ball game with 13.
Be a curveball that's going to hang way high, 1-0. A curveball that didn't curve. 1-0's coming in, and that's going to be a fastball way outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out with a runner at third base to Brett Balkin. Unicorns have extended their lead to 3-0 after Chu score on an error from the pitcher Chandler Keast. Throwing error down to the first baseman Esteban Gomez. He threw it away. It's going to be a fly ball towards right field. On the run is Mankin. He's going to get there in time, but tagging from third is Dylan Sprague. And he will come in to score. And that'll be a sac fly RBI for Brett Balkin. He's got 2 tonight.
And that is his 15th of the season.
So that'll be 2 outs and bases cleared for Chris Cruz.
Chris Cruz has a walk tonight and a strikeout. Came to tonight's ball game hitting .227. And I picked him as my player of the game this evening.
This will be a fastball high, 1-0. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. Pitch from Keast is in and goes with a curveball that time, in at the hands of Cruz, 2-1. 4-0 lead now for the Utica Unicorns. Keast, who is cruising through the second through the fourth, getting 12 consecutive outs in that span.
2 errors in this ball game from the Hoppers really came back and bite him, especially to his error that he just did Esteban Gomez.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Dan, if any of these runs that have scored this inning have been earned. The first batter hit Gregory Jones, who came around to score, was hit by a pitch, although the error at first base could have been used for a double play. And then, of course, Sprague reached because of an error. And he was only brought in because of the sac fly for Balkin, but 2 guys reached on errors. So maybe Jones will be, but I'm not sure. I'll have to go double check after the inning's over. Full count now on Chris Cruz. He's going to barely get a piece of that one as a fastball high into the netting behind home plate. Count will remain the same. Not the usual shift we see on Chris Cruz here in this at-bat, as he swings and misses at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball high and strikes out at the end of the inning.
It happened to be his 10th strikeout this evening.
However, the Unicorns do tag on 3 more runs and make it a 4-0 ball game. So we're going to go to the top half, the 6th inning, where due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be Ian Mikowski, Ricky Castro, and Cam Stewart. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Gentlemen, if you could please direct your attention towards home plate. We are proud to introduce Jeff and Chelsea. And Jeff and Chelsea have been blessed and are expecting an addition to their family. And with the help of Diamond Hoppers Casey Chenoweth, we are about to find out whether their bundle of joy is going to be a boy or a girl.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the 6th inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be the center fielder, Ian Mikowski.
Ian Mikowski's first time up, grounded out to the third baseman, Bobby Webb.
Yeah, the Unicorns extended their lead to 4-0 in the top or the bottom half of the 5th, thanks to a couple errors on the part of the Hoppers.
Yeah, Tanner Keys with that throw to Esteban Gomez really widened the lead here for the Unicorns.
Yeah, Gomez first botched a ball at first base that allowed Bobby Webb to reach safely. Gregory Jones advanced to second after being hit by a pitch on that play. And then Dylan Sprague reached on an error as well. Thanks, you said that throwing error where Keese managed to throw it away. 2 scored on that play, and then Brett Balkin brought Sprague in to score thanks to a sac fly RBI to right field. So that's 4-0 now. Brett Balkin's got 2 RBIs in the ballgame.
As we still wait for some groups to exit the field. A lot of groups here tonight at the ballpark. It's a great evening. Besides, it was cloudy.
Yeah, clouds don't hurt nothing, though.
No.
It's the rain that will, and no rain has fallen, and the sky's
great.
still overcast. Temperature's pretty good, 75 degrees at game start. But now Cody Brown will ready himself on the mound as we are ready to resume this baseball game. First pitch of the at-bat to Mikowski is going to be a ball outside, 1-0. This could be a ball inside, 2-0 now. Cody Brown's had 3 innings in this ball game so far, including the last inning, the 5th. As the 2-0 is going to be a strike at the knees, 2-1. Nice fastball location there.
He's doing a great job tonight, mixing up his pitches and with his location.
That's going to be a ball inside, 3-1. They had to appeal down to first base, but they say he didn't go.
But that slider tonight that Cody Brown's been throwing, it's been beautiful. Being able to get some batters here from the Hoppers.
That's going to be a ball outside. Ian Mikowski is going to draw a leadoff walk here in the top of the 6th.
And definitely the guy you do not want to walk because he is deadly on the base pads. He's got the speed. That was Cody Brown's just 3rd walk batter this evening.
Third baseman Bobby Webb is playing shallow down there at third. Again, probably for the bunt attempt if there is one. 1-0 now.
In his last plate appearance, Ricky Castro struck out. But he also walked this evening, and that came back in the 1st.
He's going to sky that one down the left field side. Going to be hooking foul, though. 1-1. Brown sets himself on the mound. Throw it on to first base. Mikowski's going to slide back in safely, though. As the 1-1 comes in, it's going to be hit right back to center field, and Roselli sliding is not going to be able to get there in time. Rounding second base is Mikowski, heading to third. The throw in, not going to be in time. And Mikowski is going to run to third base, and Castro's going to advance to second.
Yeah, it was a great heads-up base running from Castro, but also great heads-up base running from Ian Mikowski. He knew Tony Roselli dropped it, couldn't find it when he got up, and was able to get over there to third.
So Castro's going to hit a double here, and that'll put runners at second and third with no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. These the Eastside Diamond Hoppers look to chip away at this deficit. First pitch is coming into Cam Stewart in his 3rd at-bat of the ball game. It's going to be a slider way outside, though, 1-0. He's gotten the better of Cam Stewart so far in his 2 at-bats. Struck him out swinging both times. It's going to be another ball outside, 2-0. Cody Brown here in the 6th seems to be having a little bit of trouble hitting the strike zone.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful pitching to Cam Stewart here. He does do a great job on getting runners in.
The 2-0 is going to be a strike right down the middle. Change up there, 2-1.
He has 32 RBIs this season.
Yeah, he's without a doubt a dangerous hitter, probably one of, if not the most dangerous hitter in the league. He and Minkin kind of battle that one out for that title. As the pitch comes in, that's going to be in there for a strike. Nice change up that time, 2-2, right at the knees.
Castro's getting a good lead over there at second, obviously because no one's holding him on.
It's going to be a ball high and outside. 3-2, count's going to run full. Comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets Cam Stewart swinging for the 3rd time today. He's really got Stewart's number.
Yes, he does. Definitely a night Cam Stewart did not want.
Definitely going to want to forget.
Right now he's in a nightmare.
That's going to be the first out here in the 6th inning with runners still at second and third base, and John Mankin will stand in. Got a lefty up and throwing down there in the the Unicorns bullpen right now.
It is Tom Constant getting loose out there.
As the first pitch to make it in the at-bat comes in, that's going to be a flare right back to the mound. The play at third. Oh, it's going to be thrown away. And Cody Brown on the backs of almost making a phenomenal play. 2 runs are going to score on that throwing error.
So both pitchers throwing errors costing them this night.
So Mankin flies out to the pitcher, flares out, pops out, whatever you want to call it. And then both Castro and Mikowski score on an E1. And that's going to make it a 4-2 ball game. So Airs have scored 2 runs for both teams today. Brown trying to double up Mikowski at third base. Ends up throwing it away, allowing 2 runs to score. Swing and a miss, though. There is Esteban Gomez at a first pitch changeup outside, 0-1. So bases are clear with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-1 comes in. Strike on the outer third of the plate. Nice changeup again there. 0-2. See if he goes with a changeup again. He got Gomez twice now with strikes on the outer third of the plate on that pitch. See if he might change it up, though. Change up the changeup.
Maybe we'll go with the slider here.
As Brown delivers the 0-2. He does, and it's going to be hit high in the air, deep to right field. Cruz on the warning track will make the play. Gomez getting a lot on that one, but a little bit too underneath it. Hoppers do get 2 back here in the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th where the Unicorns lead at 4-2. When we come back, Willie Martin will lead things off with Lolio and Roselli following him. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here as it's the bottom of the 6th inning.
Both pitchers tonight doing good, and then 2 throwing errors from them. You had an error from Tanner Keast. They got more runs on the board for Unicorns, and you got another throwing error this past inning, or top half of this inning, from Cody Brown that got the hoppers on the board.
So my Tanner Keast back out there on the mound after getting, well, he didn't actually get roughed up. He only gave up 1 earned run.
Yeah.
To face Willie Martin here. 2-0 quickly on him now.
Tanner Keast has 10 strikeouts this evening.
It's going to be hitting to the net to the right of home plate. 2-1.
Willie Martin's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out and grounded out.
Keast sets on the mound, delivers the 2-1. Nice fastball in there for a strike right over the heart of the plate. 2-2. Ooh, he gets Willie Martin swinging and missing at a nasty curveball there.
Willie Martin went spinning there.
And that's now 11, I think. 11 strikeouts
Yes,
for Tanner Keast. So Nico Lolio will stand in.
And right now, Keast has him this evening, striking him out twice.
That's going to be a strike in there, 0-1. Be a ball high and outside. 1-1 now. Be a ball outside, 2-1. Try to go with the curveball there, backdoor him, but no good. 2-1, low and inside. 3-1 now. Loyo still looking for his first hit today. Struck out swinging 2 times already. Delivery from Keast is in. It's going to be fouled off on the left side, out of play. Count's going to run full now, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Loyo's going to call for time.
The question is, could Tanner Keast get Loyo for the 3rd time on strikes?
And he won't. He'll lose Nico Lolio, who draws a walk to reach base safely for the first time today. So that'll put a runner at first base with 1 out. I think it's worth mentioning Tanner Keast has only walked 2 batters now today. He's done a great job cutting down on those walks. As Tony Roselli stands in. Keast readies himself on the mound. And delivers the first pitch. Big cut there by Roselli as he swings and misses at a fastball. 0-1. Swinging and missing at fastballs is the name of the game today for the Unicorns. They only have 2 hits, or 3 hits, despite having 4 runs. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-1.
Hopper's committed 2 errors in this ballgame, and the Unicorns has committed 1.
Here comes the 1-1. Another big cut there by Roselli, and he misses again on the fastball. He just can't seem to catch up with that.
Yeah, great location there from Keast. It was on the inside corner.
Keast doing a great job on the mound, getting swings and misses. Had an unfortunate unfortunate stroke of luck in the bottom of the 5th inning. After 3 runs came around to score. Big cut there, and he gets Roselli striking out for the 3rd time today as well.
Great pitch there. That is now his 12th strikeout.
It's now 2 outs and 1 man on. It's Gregory Jones who will stand in. So out of the 17 outs that the Hoppers have recorded, Kista struck out 12 of them.
Having himself a night.
That's without a doubt. So the first pitch comes in. Ball low and inside. Oliver thought about throwing down to first base, but not in time. Or will decide not to as the runner cuts back in time. 1-0. Jones was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Eventually came around to score thanks to an error. Be fouled off. It's 1-1. The 1-1 comes in. Ball inside. 2-1. Looked like he went to change up that time. The 2-1 comes in. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Nice 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Keast, despite being the 6th inning, is still throwing his heat at like 95 miles an hour. He's done fantastic. The 2-2. Ball outside. Full count again. 3-2. Relying heavily on that fastball today, like normal as Keast. Throwing a few more changeups and curveballs than he normally does, though.
See if he goes with a different pitch here, maybe a curve.
The 3-2 grounded foul on the first base line, just barely.
Looks like he went with the fastball once again.
Retreating back to first base now is Nico Lolio. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 4-2 lead for the Utica Unicorns. Brett Balkin had an RBI single in the first to give him a 1-0 lead. They held that to the 5th inning where they scored 3 more. 2 of them on errors and a sac fly by Brett Balkin. Both RBIs for the Unicorns today, as that's going to be a ball high, and Gregory Jones going to draw bases or a walk here with 2 outs.
Only his 3rd walk batter this evening.
So now Bobby Webb will stand in with an RBI opportunity here, his first of the ball game.
Webb flew out his first time up and then reached safely due to an error. And that was that throw from Tanner Keast to Esteban Gomez.
He's going to ground the first ball foul. 0-1 now on Webb. Barely making contact on that one. Hit it straight into the dirt. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Unicorns look to extend their lead here. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, who's going to cut and miss at a fastball high. 0-2 now on Webb.
Tanner Keast loves to rely on that fastball of his. It's been really working tonight.
The 0-2 pitch comes in. Ball outside. 1-2 now. 1-2. Ball low. Another fastball, 2-2. So far this evening, Bobby Webb has flown out to the 7th left fielder, John Kraft, and reached on an error committed by Esteban Gomez at first base. As Keith sets on the mound, delivers the 2-2. Be a ball outside. Did they go? You're going to say he did not. So 3-2 now. Count is full on Bobby Webb. Second batter in a row going to a full count.
Brandon Oliver thought it was, he went there and tagged him, and unfortunately didn't get the call.
The last two batters, Dan, that have drawn 3-2 counts have ended up walking, and those are your men on base right now with Lolio and Jones. Hopefully this outcome will be better for Keys as the 3-2 comes in. It's going to be hit towards center field. On the run is Mikowski into right center. Going to be called off by Macon, who will make the catch. So Bobby Webb will fly out at the end of the inning. Unicorns threaten but don't score. It's still a 4-2 lead for the Unicorns. We go to the top of the 7th inning where due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be Mark Kruger, Casey Chenoweth, and John Kraft. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Hey, it's Matt Derry out here in right field in front of the merchandising tent and the trailer. We're having a blast. Get your USPBL gear right here. We've got 24 different kind of hats. We've got jerseys, pennants, foam figures. This Westside Woolly Mammoth jersey is straight fire. You've got to get these jerseys, these hats, everything out here in right field. And, of course, the merchandising area behind home plate in the grandstand. Check it out.
Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. It's the top of the 7th inning now. Unicorns still lead at 4-2.
It's been a good ball game this evening, Brian.
Yeah, I've been a few errors.
Errors, yeah.
It's been a really solid pitching matchup overall, though, I feel.
Pretty good crowd on hand.
As the first pitch to Kruger is going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Going with the fastball that time was Cody Brown. He'll have 2 runs to score for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers back in the 6th inning, Dan, thanks to a throwing error down on third base.
Yeah, he was trying to get Mikowski over there at third, but unfortunately threw it away.
That time Kruger lines out to Brett Balkin, and that's going to be the first out here in the 7th. So that's going to bring up Casey Chenoweth.
He flew out the Brett Belkin over there at short his last time up. He's 0 for 2 tonight in totals.
Yeah, he and Brett Balkin seem to have a thing going here. He's grounded out and flew out to him in both his plate appearances so far tonight. As the first pitch, Chenoweth comes in. Be a ground ball towards the third baseman Webb. He comes charging in. Tough play. Going to be off the line. Nearly threw it away. Martin had to dive to stop that one from getting into foul territory.
Yeah, great job by Willie Martin over at first, getting off the base back and saving that from throwing it away.
Tough play as it
Yes,
was.
it was.
It looked more like a swinging bunt. I'm sure that wasn't the intention from Chenoweth, but that's how slow of a trickler that was. It was a tough play for Webb, and I'm surprised he was able to get the throw off at all. So it'll be an infield base hit now for Chenoweth. Put a runner on with one out for John Kraft.
We're all even at hits now, 3 apiece in this ball game.
Kraft tries to avoid getting his third strikeout of the ball game here as the first pitch is going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Flown in the netting behind home plate, nearly getting over it. 1-1. Made the fans get ready. They thought they were going to get a souvenir, but that one hit the cable at the top of the netting that holds it up. So no such luck that time. So the 1-1 comes in, swing and a miss. Looked like he was expecting a fastball that time. Instead got the changeup. 1-2.
Fans after the ball game will get treated to fireworks.
Friday nights, you always see that here at Jimmy John's Field. It's always spectacular as well, as that one's fouled off, 1-2.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Looks like there's a lefty up and throwing out there on the Hoppers bullpen right now. And I see a righty up and throwing in the Unicorns bullpen still. Throw down at first base is going to be in time. Not going to be in time. I apologize. As Chenoweth is going to get back in safely.
Looks like it's Lane Gushler out there in the Unicorns bullpen. Getting warmed up.
One-two pitch comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike. John Kraft takes a curveball. And he's going to get caught looking there. Third strikeout for John Kraft today against Cody Brown. And that's be 2 outs with 1 on. That's going to bring up the catcher, Brandon Oliver.
He's 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out and struck out in his last appearance.
Chenoweth with a decent lead down there at first base. As Cody Brown sets himself on the mound and delivers the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball towards the first baseman, Willie Martin. He has it. He's going to make the underhand toss to charging Cody Brown, who will tag first base and end the inning. So it's 7th inning stretch time here at Jimmy John's Field, and the Unicorns still lead the Hoppers 4-2. When we come back, it's going to be Dylan Sprague to lead things off in the bottom half of the inning. Following him be Tanner Levine and Brett Balkin. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and we have a pitching change, Dan.
Yes, we do. It is Michael Stafford taking over on the mound. In 25 innings pitched, has 1 win, 2 losses of the season. He's given up 26 hits, giving up 24 walks, giving up 23 runs, 21 in which were earned. 32 strikeouts he has, and an ERA of 7.36.
That's going to be a ball outside. First pitch from Stafford, 1-0 on Dylan Sprague. Keith's day is done. He goes 6 innings pitched, gives up 3 runs. Gives up 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of which were earned. He walks 3 batters today, really getting that walk count down, and strikes out, I believe it was 12, Dan. So great stuff from Keith today. He really had his command under control today.
Pretty solid start.
His secondary stuff is working well, and that's the Keith you want to see, and you're going to see if he can really lock things down here as we approach the end of the season. So 1-2 now on Sprague as Stafford sets and delivers the pitch. Tries to go with a curveball there, but it stayed high. Count's going to fall even 2-2.
Now Sprague reached safely his last time due to an throwing error by the pitcher at the time was Tanner Keast. He advanced all the way to third base on that error.
It's hard to believe that 2/3 of the outs that Keast got today were via the strikeout. He's just a strikeout machine.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He averaged 2 strikeouts an inning. And that's going to be a ball outside on a 3-2 count. Dylan Sprague's going to draw a walk to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Definitely a Keast hopefully we continue seeing.
Yeah, his last time out, he also went 6 innings pitched with 2 earned runs, and continues here today. A couple of errors, brought in a couple more across the plate than he wish would have happened, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Unicorns right now. But still a stellar performance by him. Tanner Levine's going to stand in this time.
He only reached base due to that blooper back in the first, but the other 2 times he struck out.
That blooper was a double that he ended up coming around to score thanks to a...
Something you don't really see.
Yeah, well, he just kept his legs moving, and he saw that ball drop down and realized he had a chance at second, as that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Dylan Sprague down there at first base, getting a pretty good lead off. The 1-0 pitch. No, they're going to throw it on to first base, but sliding in safely is Sprague. Michael Stafford prepares himself on the mound and delivers the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball towards the second baseman, Stewart. The throw on a second's in time. The relay to first. Got him, and that's going to be a double play. Tanner Levine does not agree with that call, but it's going to be a double play. Turn behind Michael Stafford, and that's going to be 2 outs and bases cleared now for Brett Balkin.
That was a very close play there at first, but they were able to get Levine by, I think, a step.
Yeah, just barely beating Tanner Levine. So now Brett Balkin's going to stand in. He's had himself quite a night.
Yeah, he's 2 RBIs. Had an RBI single back in the first and then a sac fly RBI in the 5th.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2 in total. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Michael Stafford trying to use that curveball. Missed inside at the hands, though. The 1-0 pitch comes in. Oh, he's going to swing and miss at a curveball that time. Finally gets something going on that. 1-1. There's going to be a ball inside. Tried to go to the fastball that time. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch comes in. Well, that's going to be a ball inside. 3-1. It's going to be a strike on the inner third of the plate, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Brett Balkin.
Looks to stay alive here.
As the pitch from Stafford comes in, be a ground ball. Looks like it's hooking foul, though, down the third base line. And he will do just that, staying alive. Infield plays Balkin straight up. Nothing special going on. As the 3-2 comes in. And he's going to swing and miss at a curveball. Michael Stafford just off Brett Balkin here to end the 7th inning. So we go to the top of the 8th inning where due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be Ian Mikowski. And following him will be Ricky Castro and Cam Stewart. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 8th inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be the center fielder, Ian Mikowski.
Cody Brown's out there in his 8th inning of work.
Yeah, he's done a great job so far through the first 7. He's given up 2 runs. I'm pretty sure those are unearned runs, though. Of course, the error was committed by him. And he's done good work through the 7 innings. I believe he has 7 strikeouts. As the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Mikowski, a threat to bunt, so Webb down there at third is playing on the infield grass. So 1-1. It's going to be a ball low. 2-1. That one is below the knees. Cody Brown trying to get him with the fastball. Curious to see how much longer Cody Brown goes into this ball game, if he's going to get a chance to work the full inning, if he does a good job, or if they're just going to have him face 1 or 2 more batters. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece now. Two-two pitch is going to be a ball. That one was close, though.
Yeah, I don't know quite
one
where that missed.
Yeah, I thought that one might be a strike on the outer edge, but called the ball. Try to get him with the change up there, but
Mikowski looks to try to stay alive.
your ball's 2 strikes here in the top of the 8th to Ian Mikowski and no outs as the pitch comes in. And he's going to walk Ian Mikowski.
It's the second time Cody Brown has walked Mikowski in this ball game.
So now Ricky Castro will stand in with a man on.
Tom Constant continues to get warmed up in the Unicorns bullpen.
That's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. A fly ball down the left field side and going to land out of play. 1-1. Ricky Castro nearly hit a home run a few at-bats ago when he shot one down the right field line.
Definitely
and
had a distance.
yeah, ended up on the hill, but hooked foul. So unfortunate for him. He's still searching for his first home run of the season. Not a home run hitter, but still would have been nice to have one. I'm sure he would agree on that. Brown keeping a close eye at Mikowski at first as he delivers the 1-1. That's going to be a fly ball down the left side, out of play. 1-2 now on Castro. Got to keep an eye on Castro as he loves to have battles at the plate.
What was it, that 19 pitch at bat?
Yeah, he has been responsible for a long at bat several times this season. He's very good at fouling pitches off. So don't be surprised to see him try and do that here. As the pitch from Brown is in, he's going to ground that one, fouled on the first base side, and he's going to stay alive.
Speaking of foul balls.
So just don't be surprised,
No.
is what I'm trying to say.
Castro's just a great hitter all around. Great fielder.
He's batting.
Fans love him.
Yeah, he's one fan favorite here. He's a very funny person. This is the 1-2. Be a ball side. Count's going to fall even at 2 apiece.
Remember the joke that he told me a couple weeks ago, but can't really say it here.
Yeah, it's a not safe for work joke.
That was before that Sunday afternoon ball game.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Pitch comes in. He's going to drive that one to left field. Backing up is Levine. Now he's coming in, and that's going to drop in there.
He stumbled a little bit coming in.
Levine slipping and stumbling, and that's going to be a base hit. A bloop single for Ricky Castro out there in the left field. He misread that play and started backing up, and then we pivoted to come in. He ended up slipping. And that might be it for Cody Brown. Perhaps not, as it looks like it's just going to be a meeting at the mound.
You had Tom Constant getting loose in the Unicorns bullpen, but obviously it's just to give him some more pitches to go. Tony Brown's done a great job tonight. He's out there in his 8th inning of work. 2 runners on, though.
So runner in scoring position for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as they continue to try and chip away at this lead. There's still no outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second base. And the first pitch of Stewart comes in. Stewart shows bunt. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-0.
And Cody Brown's been able to get Cam Stewart 3 times tonight on strikes.
Yeah, Stewart's coming in here in this at-bat to avoid the golden sombrero. It's 4 strikeouts in one game for any given batter. He's going to lay a bunt down there, and it's going to trickle down to Webb at third. The throw into first is not going to be a good one, and everyone's going to be safe. as he threw that one in the dirt to Martin at first base.
Yeah, it was not a good throw there from Webb.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a throwing error or just a base hit for Cam Stewart. Still waiting to see. But nonetheless, bases are loaded now. With no outs, Cody Brown, for the first time today, is in a pickle. And having
an error.
So it's going to be an E5. John Mankin on the mound is a dangerous hitter to come up with no outs and bases loaded. He has the power to hit a grand slam.
Oh, yeah, he does. He has 9 home runs of the season.
Yeah, he leads the league in home runs as well. The 0-1 pitch is going to come in. Be a ball way outside, and it's going to get away. Ooh, a run might have been able to score there, but
Mikowski just selected to stay over there at third.
Interesting decision because Mikowski's got he's got probably one of the fastest guys in the league, if not the fastest. But it'll be 1-1 to make it nonetheless. And Brown delivers the pitch. Ooh, Mankin has to bend out of the way of that one. 2-1. That fastball came high and in. Base hit here by John Mankin could tie the ball game. Anything more than that could give him the lead. As the 2-1 comes in. Ooh, he's going to swing and miss at a slider outside. Count's going to fall even 2-2.
And that slider of Cody Brown's just been nasty tonight. In a good way.
Runners at every base. No outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Eastside Diamond Hopper is down by 2. Looking to change that here as the pitch comes in. Ooh, that one's going to get away again right off the backstop. Right back to the glove of Jones. How fortunate that
that would have
Mikowski
definitely scored
stayed.
Mikowski the run if that would have got by him, but great grab there from Jones.
Indeed.
And great job by Mankin telling the Mikowski to go back to third. Some great communication skills right there.
Mankin reading the play very well. Now the 3-2 will come in. This is going to hit right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. That's going to score 1 run, maybe 2. As running third base is Ricky Castro. He's coming charging in, and it's going to be a tie ball game at 4 apiece now. And it's going to draw Jimmy Essien out, and that's going to do it for Cody Brown in today's ball game. So a 2 RBI base hit for John Mankin is going to tie this ball game up at 4 apiece.
And, man, unfortunately there, Cody Brown had to duck out of the way there. Get out of the way at least. I think he might have almost hit his glove, but I don't know.
So Cody Brown's day is done. He goes 7 innings pitched. He gives up 5 hits, 4 runs. I believe only 2 were earned, but I'll double check on that during our break. He's got runners at the corners, though, that are going to be inherited by the relief pitcher. He walked 4 and struck out, I believe, 7. Let me double count. Struck out 8, actually. As the YMCA is going on right now, and the fans are really into it.
Oh, yeah. That song, and also you got Sweet Caroline, definitely a fan favorite here at the ballpark whenever it's played. Now doing the pitching on the mound for the Unicorns is Tom Constand. And it's a tie ball game here. Jim Johns Field. Constand in 26 innings pitched has 2 wins, 4 losses. He's given up 19 hits. Has giving up 12 runs, 9 in which were earned. Giving up 15 walks, has 26 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.03.
Tom Constant, obviously being a Rochester, Michigan native.
He gets a huge round of applause from the fans here at the ballpark.
So now Gomez with runners at the corners will stand in, and a new pitcher on the mound. Let's see if he can give the Eastside Downhoppers a lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Unicorns have led the game all the way up until this point. This will be a base hit in the left field. That's going to score a run and give the Hoppers a lead as that one trickles towards the gap. Center fielder Roselli's over to get it, and runners will be at the corners again, and now the Hoppers lead it 5-4.
Been a rough inning here for the Unicorns.
So now Gomez has an RBI single as well. The bats for the Eastside Downhoppers that were not doing much up until this point now have
come alive.
Yeah, 3 hits this inning and 3 runs. Kind of spoils the great start Cody Brown was having up until this point. Went 7 innings deep into it. Mark Kruger, my pick for player of the game, standing in. Takes a called first pitch strike, a curveball in the outer third of the plate, 0-1. Got runners at corners again here. Has a chance to extend the lead even further. And Tom Constant on the mound delivers the 0-1. Ooh, big cut there by Mark Kruger as he misses on a curveball, 0-2. In case you're just tuning in, the Utica Unicorns took a 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the first inning thanks to an RBI single from Brett Balkin. He extended that in the 5th with a sac fly RBI and 2 more runs scoring on errors. That made it 4-0. It's going to be 0-2, 1-2 now on Mark Kruger after the last pitch missed outside. The Hoppers did get a couple runs back, though, in the top half of the 6th inning. 2 runs scored on errors by the pitcher Cody Brown. And then they scored 3 here in the top of the 8th inning to make it a 5-4 lead. 2 RBI single by John Macon and an RBI single by Esteban Gomez did the damage here.
Still no outs here in the inning.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mark Kruger with runners at the corners. Still no outs, though, like you said. Well, he's going to drive that one deep to right field. On the run is Cruz to the track. He's going to watch that one fly. Mark Kruger with a 3-run home run is going to make it a 8-4 ball game in favor of the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
I'm looking right now, Brian. That baseball is nowhere to be found. It's past the hill.
It still might be flying. And a 3-run home run for Mark Kruger. My pick for player of the game.
You got the battle here tonight, I think.
So it's 8-4 lead now for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. The bats have come alive here in this inning. So now Casey Chenoweth will stand in. Mark Kruger got all of that pitch.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Still no outs in the top of the 8th. And that's going to be a fastball high that Chenoweth barely gets a piece of. 0-1.
Just was a beautiful swing there from Kruger.
That's going to be a ball inside. Casey Chenoweth's going to dodge out of the way of that one. 1-1.
The sound coming off that bat, you knew it was going to go.
1-1 comes in. Big swing and a miss there by Chenoweth. 1-2. Six runs in the top of the 8th inning have given the Eastside Diamond Hoppers a 8-4 lead as that one's driven deep to left center field. That one's towards the gap, and that one is going to get to the wall. And Chenoweth is going to get in with a double.
Been a rough inning here for the Unicorns.
That is now 4 consecutive hits for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
Pitcher Lane Gusler continues to get warmed up in the Unicorns bullpen. Joe
Maroney will come in here to face the left-hander Tom Constant. And Jim Essien is going to come out to the mound. And it looks like it might be a pitching change here. Lane Gussler's going to come into this ball game here in the 8th inning.
The bats have come alive here for the Hoppers in this inning.
Absolutely. So Tom Constance stands in. Or Tom Constance's day is done, I apologize. He doesn't record a single out. Gives up 4 runs. Gives up 3 hits. Walks no one and strikes out no one. I believe he goes down with 2 earned runs in this ball game. Might be. So not the performance Tom Constant needed on the mound. Doesn't even record an out and gives up 2 earned runs.
Especially a 3-run shot.
Yeah, to Mark Kruger.
Lane Gussler is now on the mound. 29.5 innings pitch. This season, he has 2 wins, 4 losses. He's going to have 31 hits. He's going to have 26 runs, 22 in which were earned. 19 walks given up. It's 31 strikeouts, ERA of 6.67.
Yeah, Lane Gussler not having the best season either out of the bullpen for the Utica Unicorns. ERA north of 6 right now. He's going to come in here with still no outs for the Utica Unicorns, and a runner inherited from Constant at second base. He's going to be coming in here with an opportunity to calm things down for the Unicorns as things have gotten away from him here. He came into the inning leading 4-2, and now they're trailing 8-4.
And one of those nights. Now Maroney, who's up at the plate, pinch hitting for John Kraft. An average of 167, 13 hits of the season, has 4 RBIs.
Yeah, he came in to pinch hit for John Kraft to face off against the lefty Constant, and then they switched to Gussler, so kind of defeated the purpose there, but nonetheless, Maroney will take his first swings here in this ballgame. Corner infielders are playing in on the infield grass as Maroney shows bunt there, 0-1. Case Chenoweth down there at second base is the inherited runner to Gussler. Hit a double over to the gap in left center field that rolled all the way to the wall. Ooh, Maroney's going to take a big cut there to 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but come up empty-handed, 0-2.
That was just a great pitch there from Gussler.
The 0-2 pitch coming in. That's going to be a ground ball towards the third baseman. He stopped it. Throw down to first is going to not be in time. They're going to say he pulled him off the bag. And so everybody's going to be safe. So we have runners at the corners yet again here.
Looked like a tough play there from Webb. He had to reach over from his arm side and throw over to first. Unable to get the runner.
Yeah, I
Joe
think they're going to
Maroney.
give that. They are going to give that a base hit to Joe Maroney. They did pull him off the bag, but it was a tough play. Webb, like you said, had to make that sliding stop. And then Maroney's got a lot of speed on the base paths as well, so makes sense to reward the hit to him. As Brandon Oliver will step in with runners at the corners. Eastside Townhoppers looking to extend this 4-run lead here. 6 runs here in the 8th inning. It's going to be a strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1. That was going to be fouled away. 0-2 now on Oliver. Still a light breeze. Looks to have died down a tad bit, though. As it's going, looks like dead center field right now. Oliver's going to call for time.
Oliver's 0 for 3 tonight. There's a chance here to bring home the runner over there at third for the Hoppers.
The 2 pitch comes in. That's going to be bounced in there. The runner from third is going to break for home. And that's going to be a bad throw. Now the runner is going to advance to third base. Maroney advancing from second to third on 2 errant throws. And a run is going to score, making it now 9-4. So Chenoweth will score on a wild pitch. And Maroney will advance to third on a wild pitch as well.
Great heads-up play there from Chenoweth. Able to score, and then Hoppers been able to. This is their inning.
Infield is playing in to cut down the runner at home plate. It's going to be a fly ball. Going to go out of play, though. Still 1-2 now on Brandon Oliver.
It's been a very long inning here, Brian.
Yeah, still no outs here in the top of the 8th. That's going to be a fly ball towards right field. Looks like a blooper. That's going to get down for a base hit, and that's going to bring in a run to score. So Oliver has his first hit of the game, an RBI base hit to right.
Bats have come alive for the Hoppers. Unicorns are having a tough time trying to get outs here.
And that's going to bring up Ian Mikowski for his second at-bat of the inning.
He walked his first time up in this inning.
And like everyone else who has come onto the base path so far, came around to score. 10-4 Diamond Hoppers now. That's going to be a fastball on the outer third of the plate, 0-1. This game went from Unicorns dominated to Hoppers dominated in no time. Eight runs in the top of the 8th inning, making it 10-4. It's going to be a ball inside, 1-1.
Still no outs.
I think that is the most surprising thing.
Yeah.
As it's been hit after hit after hit. 6 consecutive hits now.
Including a 3-run shot from Mark Kruger in this inning. That really exploded this lead.
Yeah, he drove that one deep into right field over top of the hill. As 1-1, it's going to be a base hit in the left. That's 7 consecutive hits now, and Mikowski is on board.
My, oh my.
So now we got runners at first and second and no outs.
Donnie Murray looks to try to get, I think they're getting him loose up in the bullpen now.
Castro stands in for his 5th plate appearance of the ball game. He's going to take a cut and miss at a fastball, 0-1.
Yeah, that bloop single in this inning.
Castro is going to reset at the plate and dig back in as Gussler sets on the mound. Delivers the 0-1. It's going to be a changeup outside, 1-1. Changeup coming in at 81 miles an hour. The 1-1 pitch is in. That's going to be fouled off. 1-2 now.
It's been all hoppers in this inning, that is.
Yeah, it was Unicorns pretty much dominated this game, pitching-wise and offensively, although several runs have scored for both teams based on errors. But here in the 8th inning, the Hoppers have, I mean, not much else you can say besides come alive. 8 runs, man. It's unreal. 2-2.
Mind's blown.
2 RBI single for John Macon, and RBI single for Gomez, a 3-run home run for Mark Kruger, a double for Chenoweth, a single for Maroney, an RBI single for Oliver, an RBI or a single for Mikowski, and a single for Castro. And still no outs. And the 2-2. It's going to be fouled off. Count's going to remain the same.
11 hits in this ball game for the Hoppers. Most of them coming in this inning.
Yeah, 8 of them in this inning. Two-two, fouled off again. Ricky Castro is a tough customer at the plate. He tends to foul off as many pitches as possible. We actually mentioned that
in this inning.
Last time he was
19
up.
pitch at bat.
That was about 2 weeks ago now, I believe. Gussler sets on the mound. And again, the 2-2. This time fouled off on the left side. Unicorns got out to a 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI single from Balkin. They scored 2 on an error in the 5th. And a sac fly RBI from Balkin made it 4-0. Then the Hoppers scored 2 because of an error. And that was the score all the way up in here until the 8th inning. And like I said, Mencken, Gomez, Kruger, and Oliver with RBIs, as that's going to be a ground ball to the second. The relay to first is
not going to be in time.
Not going to be in time, and so that'll just get the runner at second base as Castro hits into a fielder's choice. So that's finally the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. That'll bring up the power-hitting Cam Stewart. He's got runners at the corners.
He reached error in this inning due to a throwing error by Bobby Webb over there at third.
He threw that one into the dirt before it reached the first baseman, Martin. As that one's going to be skied towards foul territory down the right side. Looks like it's going to land out of play, and it will land on the patio down there.
We're running out of room here on our score sheets.
Yeah, we really are. We're on the second time through the lineup here this inning as the 0-1 pitch comes in. Be fouled off 0-2 now. Stewart trying to avoid that golden sombrero like earlier in this inning. He reached on an error like we mentioned. Trying to avoid that 4 strikeouts. That's going to be hit high in the air down the right side. Martin running back. And that's going to fall in between 3 fielders and not going to be an out. As Sprague, Martin, and Cruz all converged on it in foul territory about halfway down the right field line.
I'm telling you, Brian, we keep saying this each and every single game. The foul ball territory here at Jimmy John Stewart is just tough. So wide.
Yeah, that one was just kind of hit into no man's land out there. It wasn't really hit. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of foul territory here at Jimmy John's Field.
It's just tough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you got 3 fielders going after it. I mean,
well, that's the thing is someone needs to take the head there and say, hey, I got it. Instead, none of them said that, and it fell in between the 3 of them. The 0-2 pitch comes in, and that's going to be a ball high. 1-2. And this game, we were halfway through in just 1 hour, and we're at 2.5 now. And we're top of the 8th. This is slowed down here considerably in the second half. Be a ball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, between innings, we kept looking at each other. Man, this game is going by so fast, and then this happens.
Well, that's what we get for saying that.
Yep.
Gussler's slider won't hit the strike zone and miss outside, and that's what caused it to go to 2-2 now. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Gussler gets ready on the mound. And again, the 2-2. That's going to be a line drive down the third base line. And that's going to score 1 run.
Maybe 2.
As charging the third base is Ricky Castro. He'll stop there. It's going to be an RBI double for Cam Stewart.
This inning just continues to drag on. It's now 11-4.
So John Mencken will stand in now. He started off the run scoring here in the 8th inning with a 2 RBI single. That's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1 now on Mankin. Still just one out in the top of the 8th, and runners at second and third base. He's going to swing, and I believe he got a piece of that one. Foul tipped it, 0-2. Mencken digs back in at home plate. Waits on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit that one back up the middle towards the gap in right center. That's going to be a 2 RBI hit for Mencken as that one rolls to the wall. It's going to be a double.
And the Unicorns are right now in a nightmare. It feels like. And here comes manager Jim Essien back out to the mound.
And that might do it for Lane Gussler, though I'm not sure. They left him out there this long. And he's going to stay out on the mound a little bit longer, just probably giving the bullpen arms a little bit longer time to warm up. Got a lefty up and throwing down there for the Unicorns.
It's been an explosive inning here for the Hoppers.
Yeah, it has been. There's only been one out so far, and they've scored 9 runs. No, I'm sorry. 11 runs here in the 8th inning. Most teams don't get that in a single game. 0-1 now on Esteban Gomez. Runner at second base. The 0-1 is in. That's going to be a ball down low and in. 1-1. Tried to give him the slider that time, but broke low. The 1-1. That's going to be a ground ball towards the first baseman, Martin. It's going to get past him. Second baseman, and it's going to be thrown away.
This inning, man, oh man.
The second baseman Sprague got it and then threw it over the head of the covering Lane Gussler, and that allows a run to score. So that's going to be an E4 for Esteban Gomez, putting a runner at first base. It's now 12 runs in the top of the 8th inning.
This is crazy. Unreal. I don't know how many more words you can use. Man, the bats have just been alive here for the Hoppers, and it's just been a struggle for the Unicorns. Just trying to get it out.
Yeah, this game has gotten way out of hand. And that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. Gussler delivers the pitch. That's going to be a strike at the knees, 1-1. Kruger was my pick for player of the game, and last time up this inning, hit a 3-run home run. That made it 8-4 at the time. They've scored since then 6 more runs.
Can't believe it. It was just this inning.
1-2 on Kruger. Yeah, it's been a long inning. We've almost gone through the lineup 2 times now.
I wonder if that baseball he hit out was found.
Huh. Some say it's still soaring. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the second baseman. Charging is Sprague. The throw to second is in time. They're going to get the lead runner, and that's going to be the second out here. Kruger hits into a fielder's choice.
Here comes manager Jim Essien back out to the mound. This might be it for Lane Gussler.
It will be it for Lane Gussler.
And you are right.
Or not.
Oh, you're right.
I was going to say, I thought he had to be. Because I thought the manager could only make 1 visit to the mound, and the second visit had to be in it for a pitching change. So that's why when I didn't see him take the ball from him, I was really confused. But Gussler goes 2/3 of an inning. Gives up 4 hits, 10 runs. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. That's incorrect. He gives up 6 runs.
You almost had me fooled there.
Almost had you. Doesn't walk anybody. Strikes out no one. And at this point, I'm lost keeping track of earned runs. I'm going to have to look this over. Because Constant gave up 3 earned runs. I believe it was 4. And we're still in the 8th inning. Lefty on the mound now. Might be one of our 2 new pitchers in the lineup. See if I can remember how to pronounce. Because we have 2 new pitchers, Abreu and Shimanko, I believe it was pronounced, for the Utica Unicorns today.
Now, Abreu is 14. Abreu. I don't know how you say
Abreu?
it. Abreu is number 14.
Number 14. He's not 14 years old. That's what
No.
I thought you said the first time. I'm like. So Michael Shimanko is in now, making his debut with the Utica Unicorns.
Let's see what he can do.
And now Casey Chenoweth will be the first batter he faced. Casey Chenoweth hit a double his last time up here this inning. Just 1 out left to take it to the bottom of the 8th as Chenoweth's going to swing and miss on that one. 0-1. That one's going to be foul tipped into the glove of Greg Jones, 0-2.
And we're just maybe a strike away of getting out of this long top half of the 8th inning.
And swing and a miss, and it's going to be a drop third strike, so the throw down is going to be in time.
Hallelujah.
Shimanko comes in here in the top of the 8th inning and gets the final out, striking out Casey Chenoweth swinging.
And he gets a round of applause from the fans.
Yes,
and
probably
some of us too.
A sarcastic round of applause at
Yes.
that, because the Hoppers scored 12 runs here in the top of the 8th inning, taking a 14-4 lead over the Utica Unicorns. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning where due up for the Unicorns is going to be Cruz, Martin, and Lolio. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. Back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the 8th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dilber with you here on a Friday evening ball game between the Hoppers and the Unicorns, and man, has this game changed on its outlook.
Oh, yeah. 12 runs come across for the Hoppers this top half of the inning. I thought it was the other inning.
Yeah, 9 hits, 12 runs that inning. There was an error, too, I believe, as well. Yep, 2 errors. And a couple left on base. It's 2-0 now on Chris Cruz, as Stafford is back out there on the mound for his second inning of work. And now he's in line for the win.
It's crazy.
And unless something drastic happens on the Unicorns' part, he probably will get it, as they are up by 10 runs. 2-0 now. 3-0 now, I apologize, as that pitch missed outside.
We didn't even know when that inning was ever going to, top half of this inning, I should say, was going to end. Keep thinking it was last inning, but no, it's this inning.
And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Chris Cruz. And let's hope that this isn't the start of an inning similar to last inning, or last half inning. Although Michael Stafford, in his defense, did give up a leadoff walk the last time. Then he turned a double play and struck out Brett Balkin.
It was like many, many moons ago.
Paul Nochi out on the mound right now is having a talk with Michael Stafford. Oh, he's going to drive that one deep to left field. On the run is Kraft, and he's going to not make the catch at the wall, and that's going to be just a base hit, maybe an error, as Kraft did have it in his glove, but it was a tough play.
He had a leap for that one.
It looks like they are going to mark that one down as an error, so it's going to be an E7.
That is the third error in this ball game made by the Hoppers. 4 of them came from the Unicorns.
So now Mike Rampone is going to pinch hit for Nico Laulio.
Rampone's hitting .264, has 23 hits, a home run, and 8 RBIs.
Got runners at first and second and no outs. That's going to be a ball high, 1-0 now.
Rampone, last time these two teams faced each other last Saturday, went 0 for 3 despite being hit twice in the ball game.
Ooh, beautiful curveball there by Stafford, 1-1. Runners at first and second with no outs. Tried again to go to the breaking ball, but it missed outside, 2-1. So a breaking ball that didn't break. Three and one now to Rampone after another fastball missed. Stafford sets the mound and delivers the 3-1. It's going to be hit high in the air, a pop-up, and a foul territory on the right side. Gomez underneath it will not make the catch and go off his glove onto the ground.
Maybe he could have lost it in the lighting.
I don't know about that. That was, it's dark out here, and it was high in the air. He wasn't facing any of the lights. Just misplayed it. So it's a full count now on Mike Rampone instead of being a pop-out. So Mike Rampone will stay alive.
That was a crazy play there. Looked like Esteban Gomez could have made that with ease. But fortunately, unable to grow it.
Stafford's going to get visited at the mound by Brandon Oliver.
Your righty in the Hoppers bullpen warming up is the right-hander Andrew Cohen.
Rampone's going to call for time at the plate. As Stafford decides on a pitch, sets on the mound, takes a look back to second, and delivers a 3-2. Get ball low, and Rampone's going to draw a walk.
Bases are full of unicorns now.
That's right, Dan. No outs. Bases loaded here in the 8th inning. Unicorns are down by 10 runs, but dangerous situation for the Eastside Down Hoppers. Michael Stafford, as Paul Nochi's going to come out to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So Stafford's going to go 1 inning pitched. He's not going to give up a single hit. He's going to walk 2 batters, strike out 1. No runs, but there's 3 on the bases that are going to be inherited to this tall righty on the mound.
Looks like the right-hander Tyler Palm is on the mound now for the Hoppers. I've seen Cohen warming up in the Hoppers bullpen, but it looked like Tyler Palm was warming up just before him. And he's on the mound now. In 5 innings pitched, he's given up 5 hits. He's given up 3 walks. He's given up 5 runs, 4 in which were earned. Has 3 strikeouts. And has an ERA of 6.75. But he comes in a dangerous situation here as the bases are loaded full of unicorns.
So Tyler Palm on the mound. Tall like a palm tree.
I knew some reason I was thinking in my head you were going to go with that.
There are gears turning. It took a little bit to get that joke out. It's been a long 8th inning.
Oh, yeah. It has.
Bases are loaded with no outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Hoppers scored 12 in the top half. And now Tony Roselli, who hit that grand slam last weekend, will stand in. So let's see if he can repeat that here. Going to drive that one deep, but hooking foul. He got a good piece of that one,
but
yeah,
he did.
Just too far out in front of it. 0-1.
Had a great sound coming off that bat, too. Only he can straighten it out.
Palm sets on the mound, delivers the 0-1. Be hit high in the air towards center field. Mikowski charging in on the run. Will get underneath it as that one is taken by the wind to right center. He hit that one straight up in the air. It looked like it was heading towards center field, but then the wind kind of carried it to right center.
Mikowski was playing a little bit back, too.
Well, they saw what happened last time Roselli came up with bases loaded. The runners will hold, though, on that flyout, which is a little bit surprising, but Mikowski's got a good arm out there in the outfield. So bases are going to stay loaded for Gregory Jones. That one's going to be hit towards center field. Mikowski backing up. Just shy of the warning track will make the catch. Tagging from third base is Cruz. And he will come in to score. And that's going to make it 14-5. So a sac fly RBI for Gregory Jones is going to get 1 run of the 10 that the, or 12 of that the Eastside Diamond Hoppers scored in the top half of the inning back. I bring up Bobby Webb, who's still looking for his first hit here at the Utica Unicorns. He's got runners at the corners and 2 outs. It's going to be a ground ball towards the third baseman, Chenoweth. And the throw's going to be in time. Really showing off there is Chenoweth.
Yeah, it was.
That was more of Castro's ball than anything, but Chenoweth grabbed it, turned, and threw. The Unicorns do get one run back here in the bottom of the 8th inning, but the Hoppers still lead it 14-5. We go up to the top of the 9th inning where due up for the Hoppers is going to be Joe Maroney, Brandon Oliver, and Ian Mikowski. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Delber with you here as we go to the top of the 9th inning here, and we got a new pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, we do, Brian. It's the Andrew Potter taking over.
Yeah, Potter takes over for Shimanico, who made his debut. Faced one batter and struck him out, so he did a pretty solid job. Unlike, that's going to sound so mean, but Gussler and Constant did not pitch well.
No, they did not.
Constant only didn't record a single out. He gave up 3 earned runs, while Gussler recorded 2 outs and gave up 4 earned runs. A combined 10 runs between them, even though they inherited a couple from the previous pitcher. As Maroney on the first pitch you see is going to pop it up, and the second baseman Sprague will get underneath it and make the catch. So a quick start here to the top of the 9th inning as they get Maroney to pop out.
Now Brandon Oliver, who's up. He had an RBI single back in the 8th.
That's going to be a strike in there. 0-1. That was a good fastball by Andrew Potter. He's got a really fast fastball as well.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's gotten it up there to 98 before, which was the record. He shared it with Corey Kimber.
We also seen him made a start before.
That's going to be a fly ball towards the dugout of the Hoppers, 0-2. That one at 97 miles an hour. Ooh, swing and a miss, and 3
Beautiful
straight
pitch.
fastballs. He gets Brennan Oliver.
Man, that was at 97.
He's got a good fastball. So now Ian McCoskey will stand in. 1 for 2 so far today with a base hit, 2 walks.
Been productive this evening. He's hitting 204, came into a nice ball game.
That's going to be a strike on the outer third of the plate, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-1. Andrew Potter coming in here after following up a couple of lackluster pitching performances, looking to go 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th and make it last call for the Unicorns in the bottom half of the inning where they're down by 9 runs. 1-1 pitch is coming in. That's going to be a line drive right to Brett Balkin.
Oh.
Took a couple steps to his left and made the grab, and now
Nice.
Potter had himself a 1-2-3 9th inning. So we're going to go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. We're due up for the Utica Unicorns, where its last call will be Dylan Sprague, Levine, and Balkin. Back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here. Tyler Palm is still on the mound here for the bottom of the 9th. He's going to close it out in this game against the Unicorns. His team up 14-5. Dylan Sprague's going to lead things off. A couple of changes in terms of scoring. Cody Brown gives up 3 earned runs, so he still manages to have himself a quality start. Tom Constant gives up 3, and Gussler only gives up 1 earned run. Although he gave up 6 runs, but only 1 earned. There were a couple of errors during the 8th inning that we accidentally glossed over amidst all that chaos. As that one's going to be a flare right to the second baseman, Cam Stewart, and they're going to record that out. And that's going to be 1 down here in the bottom half of the 9th. Spencer Barr is going to pinch hit for Tanner Levine here in the 9th inning. He's going to hit that one high in the air, but going to lay out a plate on the left side. That's going to be a fastball low. 1-1 now on Ibarra. Be another foul ball towards the Hoppers dugout, making it 1-2 now.
His batting average only at .94 this season. 3 hits and 4 RBIs.
Oh, he's going to get a bar on a called strike 3 on the outer third of the plate. Beautiful pitch there by Tyler Palm on that changeup.
And now the Unicorns are down to their final out.
They're down by 9 runs and down to their final out, so you never want to speak too soon,
No.
but I think it's pretty safe to assume the Unicorns are going to fall to the Hoppers in this ball game. Christopher Allen's going to pinch hit here for Brett Balkin. Defensively, there has been a couple of maneuvers. Maroney, who pinch hit for Kraft, is out in center field. Mikowski shifted to left. We forgot to mention that again because of all the chaos that had conspired.
Yeah. It was a crazy top half of the 8th inning. We thought it was never going to end.
Get ball low and away, 2-0. That one's going to be a foul ball on the third baseline. 2-1 now. Allen is the final out here in this ball game. Let's see if Palm can record it and go 1, 2, 3 here in the 9th.
Christopher Allen just barely getting a piece of that baseball to stay alive.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hoppers lead at 14-5. Unicorns looking to perform a miracle, although chances are pretty slim as the Unicorns are down to their final strike here. As the 2-2 comes in. He's going to try and hold up, but he's going to go around, so Christopher Allen strikes out, and that's going to end the ball game. Tyler Palm has a 1-2-3 9th inning, and the Hoppers hop all over the Unicorns and win this one 14-5.
Oh, yeah, it was a long top half of the 8th inning if you missed it, and that's where they got most of their runs from.
So we're going to go to a short break because we definitely need it to tally up this crazy ball game, and when we come back, we'll give you our player of the game, our post-game recap, and prep you for tomorrow's doubleheader. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Delber with you here for a post-game recap. Again, the Hoppers take down the Unicorns 14-5. The Unicorns did have the lead through most of the game, however. They got out to a 1-0 lead in the first thanks to an RBI single from Brett Balkin. They extended on it, made it 4-0 in the 5th inning. A sac fly from Balkin and then 2 runs scoring on an error made it 4-0. Hoppers would score in the top half of the 6th inning twice thanks to a throwing error from the starting pitcher Cody Brown, making it 4-2. It was that score all the way until the top of the 8th inning where the Hoppers just woke up. They scored 12 runs in the top of the 8th inning. I can't run through every scoring play because, one, we'd be here all night, but just give you the one RBI plays. It was John Mankin who had a 2 RBI single. Following Gomez was an RBI single. Mark Kruger, my pick for player of the game, had a 3-run home run. Brendan Oliver had an RBI single. Then we went back through the lineup one more time. Cam Stewart had an RBI double, and then John Mankin had another 2 RBI double, and that scored 12 runs. A couple of runs scored because of an error as well. The Unicorns did get one back in the bottom of the 8th, though, a sac fly RBI from Greg Jones, making it 12-5, and that's how the game would end out. Andrew Potter would have a 1-2-3 at bottom of the 9th inning to finish out the ball game, and Dan, I just got to get your thoughts on this. This was a crazy game.
Yes, it was. You know, I didn't even think that 8th inning was ever going to end.
For the longest time, I remember they scored, I think, 7 or 8 runs the Hoppers did before recording the first out.
Yeah.
It was long.
Very long. It felt
8th
like,
inning.
yeah.
13 runs total between the two teams. But, Dan, who are you going to go with for your pitcher of the game?
Oh, I don't, it's kind of hard to hear. But I liked how Tanner Keith looked today.
Tanner Keith did look really good on the mound, actually.
Yeah, he went 6 innings pitch, had given up 3 hits, 4 were earned. Oh, no, 4 runs were earned, and 2 were earned. Sorry.
4 runs,
2 earned. It's been a long night.
Yeah.
And he's given up 3 walks and had 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, both starting pitchers are actually pretty impressive on the mound. They each gave up 4 runs, but both had quality starts. Connor, I'm going to go with Cody Brown for mine just because he deserves notice as well. Went 7 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. 4 walks and struck out 8. Both players striking out a lot of batters in this ballgame. Tanner Keith striking out 2 per inning. A fantastic performance by him. Relief pitching came in for the Unicorns, and not so good. Constant gave up 3 earned runs. 4 runs, 3 earned. Guster gave up 6 runs. Only 1 earned, though, because a couple of runners scored because of errors. Then Shamanico came in his debut. Faced 1 batter and struck him out to end the 8th inning. Got a sarcastic round of applause from the fans there as it was a long inning. Andrew Potter had a 1-2-3 9th inning. Meanwhile, the relief pitching for the Hoppers did pretty good. Stafford goes 1 inning pitch, gives up 1 earned run, 2 walks and 1 strikeout, while Tyler Palm goes 2 innings. No hits, 1 run. It was not earned. It was Stafford's earned run. No walks and 2 strikeouts.
So, yeah, they both did good coming in relief, those 2 pitchers, Potter and Palm. Now, for my player of the game tonight, I'm going to go with John Mankin. He went 3 for 5.
I think that is a
had
solid
4 RBIs. So,
the closest person I'd say who was probably Mark Kruger, but I got to agree with you. It's going to be Mankin. Now, Kruger had 3 RBIs on that home run in the 8th inning that made it 8-4, but he was 1 for 5. Meanwhile, John Mankin had a multi-hit game, though, with 4 RBIs, 2 RBI single, and a 2 RBI double in the 8th inning.
In 1 inning.
Yeah, because he came up twice to the
crazy.
plate. So I have to agree, John Mankin's my player of the game as well. So, Dan, what's coming on the menu for tomorrow? Now, we do have a doubleheader, but I will warn you, we are only going to be airing the later game. So we will let you know the final score in the 7:05 game of the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, because we'll be here.
We'll be here, but we'll be doing something else where our assistance is needed elsewhere. We'll say that. So we're not going to be streaming the first game of the day, but we will be streaming the 7:05 start like we normally would.
Yes, the 7:05 ball game is going to be between the Westside Woolly Mammoths and the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. It's Italian Heritage Night here at the ballpark.
I don't have any Italian in me, but I know there's plenty of people that do.
And I think they're going to have a impersonator here as well.
To impersonate an Italian?
No, I forgot what's his name, but we'll talk about it tomorrow.
I mean, we can get like Sylvester Stallone impersonator. That's an Italian.
Yeah, something like that. I have to take a look at that. We'll mention about it tomorrow on the broadcast.
I was going to say, I can do accents. I can impersonate an Italian.
But, yeah, the fans are getting ready for the fireworks here at the ballpark, but it was a great ball game on one side, and the other side.
It looked like the Unicorns were going to have this one handedly, and then the 8th inning happened, and
that was it.
But anyways, from Jimmy John's Field, I'm Brian Fisher with Dan Dobler. Final score again is 14 for the Hoppers and 5 for the Unicorns. We'll catch you guys at 6:50 p.m. tomorrow when we start the stream for the Beavers and the Mammoths ball game, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for listening.